Welcome to Lone Peak Football, presented by Skin Science, right here on KSL Sports Rewind. I'm Mark Winterton. Moose Bingham joining me. Real quick, so Skyridge won the toss. They selected to defer to the second half, and so Lone Peak is going to receive. Hey, real quick, Moose, what do we got between these two teams?
Oh, my gosh, we have a battle of absolute giants. They're looking for a bounce back this week. Both teams coming off losses, but there's D1 talent scattered all over the field. You're going to see great special teams. You're going to see great coaching. You're going to see great offense. You're going to see great defense. I mean, for the millions and millions of fans out there, you're in for a treat tonight.
Well, and speaking of talent, we got McChesney and Christensen back to receive this, as that kick will find its way into the end zone. Not going to have a chance to see that talent just yet.
Well, let's talk about some of the talent for Lone Peak. You said Christensen and McChesney, two phenomenal receivers, and you got to add others in there. Max Bateman, Trey Robinson. There are some four-headed monster out there for them with Brooks at running back. It's all going to come down to the quarterback. Who's he's going to give it to? What's going to happen with it? In number 11, Caden Hodson. Caden Hodson, he's gotten his feet wet. He came to the team in July, so he's just barely getting going. But he's got a great thing going for him with phenomenal receivers and offensive line.
So Hodson's all alone. McChesney in motion as Hodson looks to pass.
And, of course, that goes to number 0. I'm guessing that's Max Bateman, the tight end, because
do we not have a number 21 out there?
We don't have a number 21, just a number 0.
First down for the Knights.
Okay, so it is Bateman is wearing the 0.
Dalton Young with the start.
Hodson again all alone in the backfield, and we've got movement on the line.
Penalty marker before the play.
These uniforms look bright, look amazing. It's because they're brand spanking new, just came out of the box. Of course, it's Lone Peak. You got to have the nicest stuff out here. But Max Bateman, he's stoked. Just got his first Division I offer to Southern Utah University this week. And so Delane Fitzgerald says, I see something I like in that tight end. It's not nothing. It's at least 21.
It's Hodson again all alone. We've got first and about 15 as Hodson will get it back 6 yards. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 9.
Hodson, you look at him, his lower half looks like Taysom Hill. We just need the upper half to match. He is a thick young man. He goes out there, has control of this offense. He's been doing a lot of PRP, player run practices to get going, and they're going into the wind.
Well, and no running back still. They're going 5 receivers. It says, again, that's McChesney in motion. So you got Bateman, Christensen, and McChesney here on the near side. And the pass to Christensen. Going to be good for, looks like it close to a first down. Might be marked just short.
Yeah, if I was Hodson and I had this receiving core, I'd go 5 wide all day, every single day. They're amazing. We've got a big offensive line here, led by Austin Pay and Spencer Dubbs. There's some absolute maulers on there that they're raring to go.
So this is going to be 3rd and a few inches here. Hodson again in the gun, looks to pass. And he is going to get hit in the backfield, sacked for a big loss.
It looks like Elijah Terapia over there. Let's double check that. Number 47. No, it's Ayakapoi Malafu. Looks like that. But what's cool about both these teams is they have so many jersey combinations that you don't know who's playing out there 90% of the time, ladies and gentlemen. So if I mess up your kid's name, call me later. We'll get through it together.
4th and 9, and so the Knights will go ahead and punt this one away. End over end punt. It's going to be taken around the 42-yard line.
And that's taken by Smith Snowden, I believe, number uno.
I got Tate Walker.
But Tate Walker. You know what? We're going with Tate Walker.
We're going to go with Walker?
Tate Walker, the running back, absolute stud. Coming off an ACL tear from last year. Tate Walker is a phenomenal running back. Great young man, too. and he is a workhorse for these guys. Skyridge has one of the better defenses in the entire state. They're absolutely dominant, have more 4 stars and 5 stars on that defense, and it's going to be difficult for Lone Peak to get anywhere with that. But now Lone Peak has a chance to show their teeth and show their defense, and it's a Denny defense.
Did you agree with that offensive play on 3rd and inches?
No, I say give it to Brooks Wild, because I say let him run wild, get the first down, but that's why I'm not making the big bucks.
Is that why?
Yep. Well, there's lots of reasons.
So it's going to be 1st and 10, and Skyridge starting in Lone Peak territory at the 49-yard line.
Yeah, great field position, lots of good stuff going, and it's going to be interesting. McKay Hillstead, coming off a surgery, went all the way to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, I believe, to get surgery on his lower extremities. And so you're not going to see him, but they made a call, and it was picked up by Trent Call. Trent Call, the quarterback, coming in here for Skyridge. He's a dude. He's a junior. We saw him against Tipview. We saw him against Corner Canyon. He's played well, but he's got to play phenomenally to go against this Denny defense. Anytime we see a defense for Lone Peak, you've got Ryan Denny over here. And why I'm so high on it is because the dude's a genius. He should be coaching in the NFL. Probably higher than that. The dude's brain's as big as this stadium. But we're going to see a lot of great things going on with this defense. They don't have a superstar out there. They've just got sound defense and great players.
Moose, I do need to bring up the fact that tonight's game, of course, brought to you by doTERRA, DR Horton, Rilco, and Ames Construction, as here comes Call bringing his team out onto the field.
Call, this is his 3rd game ever. The junior is out here, and he's got a great O-line in front of him. Bob Stevens does a phenomenal job with this offensive line, and a great offensive coordinator in Justin Hem, coming from Brighton, the head coach in waiting.
Well, Walker lined up next to him. And he'll give to Walker. Walker going to take it on the left side. He gets around that. He's got a first down. Going to be pushed out of bounds. We'll see where they mark it. About the 37-yard line.
Quick is fast and fast is quick, but Tate Walker is both of them. He zips, zags, and gets all around getting the ball in his hands. He has been chomping at the bit, ready to get into Region 4 play, and he's done a phenomenal job so far.
So it's a 1st and 10 for the Falcons. Kalama in motion. And Call going to bootleg it. And he is going to get, no, he breaks free. And he actually picks up yards on that, escaping the tackles.
Sometimes you draw up great plays. Sometimes you just find a way and make it happen. Trent Call calling his own number right there. La'a Kamala is probably who he wanted to go to, the transfer from Wasatch. La'a Kamala, the younger brother of Jaron Kamala, the BYU commit. Very different player, but talented nonetheless. There's a lot of good players out here for the Skyridge offense.
So it's going to bring up 2nd and 5 here for the Falcons. Call takes the snap, gives to Walker, and Walker hit in the backfield. Number 42.
To give it to Tate Walker, he's dropped in the backfield by Luke Smith.
Luke Smith, absolute dude out there. Like I said consistently, you're not going to get a lot of yards on these guys. Might get a play here or there, but that was a great play. The other thing you should be looking out for right now is number 9, Josh Davis, the tight end. He's a safety valve for him. Oh,
yeah, is that Darrington that jumps?
Penalty before the play.
He's shaking his head. His linebacker got in his face, said, "We don't do that at Lone Peak. That's not the night way."
Outside on Lone Peak.
That'll make it 3rd and 3, a meager 3 yards for the Falcons.
Interesting storyline right here. Josh Davis, number 9, the tight end that I was just highlighting. Guess where he played his sophomore ball? Lone Peak. That was a great guess. That's why you're making the big bucks, Mark.
Call on the play action to Kalama. And it is going to result. We're close to a first down. We'll see if they mark it.
Hopefully they bring out the credit card. No, there's no need for that.
They're going to go ahead and rule that a first down.
La'a Kamala, cousins with the top 5-star defensive player over here as well for Skyridge. Sorry, my fingers are cold. My face is cold.
It is chilly. It is a chilly night. This is probably the coldest Friday night we've had this fall.
Well, Akamal is Tausilia Kana's cousin. That's why he's here instead of Wasatch.
Call to throw, and it's to Kalama. Kalama going to get bottled up in the backfield. So that play is going to result in a loss.
Well, you make the catch, but you got to get some blocking when there's screens and stuff like that. Oh, man.
Brings up a 2nd and 11. 7:20 left to go here in the first quarter.
I've been pretty impressed with Skyridge's offensive line, led by Adam Stevenson, one of the top centers in the state. Great offensive line here, and it's a battle in the trenches today.
Call looking to pass, and he is going to air this one out. Nobody down there. Looks like his receiver possibly tripped up.
Yeah, he did trip up. That's always a sad day when you think you're on the same page and you're not in the same area code.
Jaden Mayberry defending on the play.
So that brings up 3rd down, Moose. Third and a long little bit here.
3rd and long. Luckily they have the wind, so they can take a shot and kick a field goal if needed.
Call making an audible. Walker lined up to the left side of him. He's got trips here to the near side, and he looks to pass. It's a little pass across the middle, and they're going to rule it incomplete. Really close to a catch, but what a hit.
Tyler Denny said, and boom goes the dynamite. Goodness gracious. Wow. He's like, my dad can coach, but I can hit. Woo!
That brings up 4th down.
Oh.
And on comes the kicking crew to see if they can add 3.
That play right there is why I was a kicker in high school. Wow.
The kick is blocked. Blocked, and it is picked up. That's Smith. And Smith is going to march this one down. Looks like around the 25-yard line.
What a change of events. That's why you practice special teams all day, every day. That's a game-changing event, and Mr. Smith was right there, said, thank you very much. I'm going to take this in the breadbasket all the way to the opposite 25. Wow. Almost in the red zone, or the maroon zone, as they might call it here.
Is that what we could call it here?
I think we'll call it that tonight.
Moose, you're of course, kicker.
Yes, I am.
How many times did you have your field goal blocked, or maybe even a PAT?
Never. Not
Never.
once. You got to be quicker to the ball than that.
All right, so name your top kickers in the state right now.
So I really like Ian Sanchez for Lone Peak. I like Dax Iverson, Brody Laga. He's kicking 70s with the wind, of course. There's so many good kickers in this state. This is a down year for a lot of the talent in the state, but it's an up year for kickers. You can't go to a game without seeing someone hitting a 50-plus yard field goal, and that was unheard of 10 years ago. That's why I'm glad I played 10 years ago instead of today. I'd be incredibly average today, but 10 years ago I was phenomenal.
So it's a 1st and 10. Looks like we got a media timeout. We're going to take one as well.
College wasn't built for me.
I didn't care if I had to work a double shift.
Or if my kid had a fever.
Deadline's a deadline.
I want to set the deadlines.
I want to take tests when I'm ready.
I want to take courses on my time.
And speed up when I know my stuff.
I want a university that cares about me.
Tests on your time, courses on your time, graduate on your time. WGU, the nonprofit university of you.
Hey, it's Lone Peak Football presented by Skin Science. Mark Winterton, Moose Bingham joining me as it is night football. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line at the Skyridge 25 as Hodson looks to pass into the end zone. He's got a man, and it's McChesney. Touchdown, Knights.
Crew McChesney, the Scottish Stallion once again. You love to see Crew, and you got best on best right there. Smith Snowden, Crew McChesney. I haven't seen Smith get taken advantage of all year. So Great pass, great catch. You just love to see any McChesney out here, but especially Crew.
You know, I got to actually talk to Mark Bruckbank before the game, and he specifically talked about the Smith-Snowden in how they were going to play that up. They figured, hey, he's possibly going to be on McChesney, he's possibly going to be on Christensen, and we'll just throw to the opposite side. And that time they go right at him.
Honestly, if I was Hodgson, you probably didn't listen to the gameplay because 90% of the time that's a pick. But Crew did a great job getting his body in between. That was a best-on-best situation. Smith-Snowden, you almost call him the eraser because unlike all the other pins here, he's a pencil. He can erase your best defender.
Oh, best DB and the best defensive back in the state of Utah.
I would argue best defensive back technique-wise in the country. And you can take that to the bank. I've told every college coach from here to Kalamazoo. Something's going on.
Sanchez adds the extra point afterwards, and so it's a 7-0 score here. 6:29 left to go in the first. We're going to go to a quick break.
Salt Lake Running Company is inspiring our community to move with purpose, embrace adventure, and consciously connect to their bodies. Exercise is essential, now more than ever. Take control of the chaos and make time for you. From the gym to the trail, SLRC can help you find the focus to define your finish line. Visit one of our 5 locations along the Wasatch Front or shop online at slrc.com.
So I'd like to say that
Lone Peak football presented by Skin Science. Mark Winterton and Moose Bingham joining me as Lone Peak strikes first.
So some people say hitting a hole-in-one is the most difficult thing in sports. Some people say that hitting a 3-point game winner. I say kicking off into the wind is one of the most difficult things you can do.
But Ian Sanchez is going to do it. And that one did get caught up there as they'll field it around the 10. Yes, he's across the 20. Down to the 30. Yeah, it looks like he'll be pushed out of bounds. They're going to mark that one right around the 36.
So Jace Doman did a great job on that return. And you could see the ball just die. You said R.I.P. B-A-L-L. It stopped in the middle. That ball usually goes to the back of the end zone. We're going to see something amazing, though, when it's getting kicked the other way. Hopefully my car's not over there. That's what I'm praying for when they're doing kickoffs from the north to the south.
You are right on.
Falcons.
So Trent Call in the gun. Walker lined up next to him. We got Trips here to the near side. As Call looks to pass to the far side, and it is complete.
Josh Davis, it looks like.
Trent Call completes to Cannon Jensen.
And I'm wrong. It's Cannon Jensen.
It looked like a number 2 to me. I thought you said your eyes, you could see those numbers.
Well, my elvish eyes have got to need contact.
No, those numbers are difficult to see. It's what is that, gray on white?
Yeah, whoever chose the numbers for Skyridge needs...
Oh, it looks sleek. It's slick. It really is. He just heaves this one downfield to Doman. Incomplete pass. Call throwing that off his back foot.
It's really interesting to see all the transfers. Jace Doman coming from Pleasant Grove. So we're getting receivers from Wasatch, Pleasant Grove, and Lone Peak for this Skyridge offense.
And the Falcons have 3rd and 4 from their own 36-yard line. This is Lone Peak's specialty. That's Kalama in motion as Call finds a little bubble screen, and they've got a first down and more across the 50 into night territory.
Phenomenal play call by the offensive coordinator for Skyridge, finding the weakness in the defense. Those Lone Peaks Knights like to pin their ears back and get after the quarterback, and they saw that coming. Great play call, great execution. Trent Call is doing a good job of managing this game.
5:27 left to go here in the first quarter. Call on first down. It's going to go back to the right side. We got a flag in the middle of the field. That complete to Jensen.
You hate to see the dirty laundry on the field ever, especially after a completion.
Well, and it just slows the game down, doesn't it?
It does. Let's see.
Ineligible receiver downfield.
Ineligible receiver downfield against the Falcons.
So a 5-yard penalty, repeat first down. It'll be 1st and 15, takes them back into their own territory.
So I'm asking myself which lineman was running a route right there, and did they run the right route?
Penalty brings up 1st down and 15.
I always ran the right route.
Every lineman's dream right there.
Hey, at least throw him the ball next time.
Oh, Skyridge saw something. They said they hopped off sides. We saw it.
He lined up back far enough. Call looking to pass. Going deep down the right sideline. Intended for Jensen, and that's incomplete.
Great job by number Quattro, Matthias Nwane. The juniors. He did a phenomenal job right there. There's some good DBs here. I like Matthias, but I really like Jaden Mayberry. I miss Mayberry. Jaden does a great job covering the ball.
Well, you'll get to know how to say Nahawine.
Oh.
I can't even do it, but that was horrible, wasn't it? Call on the pass intended. We'll see who that was.
But who was right there?
On this side? That was Valdez.
Valdez from Alta.
Really?
Yeah.
Players just go all over the place these days.
In Region 4, you want to play against the best and play with the best.
So it'll be third and a long 15 here for the Falcons. Call making an audible.
Man.
And he's going to stay it back. Throws this one away, but that will bring up a 4th and 15.
So he was outside the tackle box, which is always nice. That's a new rule this year. So it's not intentional grounding. But now the punter has his dreams and prayers answered. He gets the punt with the win. Happy day.
And he gets the punt to Cole Christensen.
Oh, sad day.
And they're going to punt right to him. He will call a fair catch, and they're going to take that one at the 16-yard line. So it'll be Knights football with 4:55 left to go here in the first quarter.
Trey Mahi with the punt.
Trey Mahi doing his best Mitch Wisnowski impression. Got to get that ball a little bit higher to take advantage of the wind. Going from south to north, it dies, but going from north to south, it gains its wings and flies.
Yeah, it was more of a line drive, wasn't it?
Yep.
Now, did you ever punt?
I did. Not very well, but I did.
Well, a lot of times your kicker, they're going to utilize you. Hey, you can kick.
The funny thing is I didn't punt in high school. I punted in college, though.
Oh.
Bronco Mendenhall came to me. He's like, hey, you're our starting punter for spring ball. I was like, you need to recruit better, buddy.
1st and 10. Hodson all alone in the backfield. He's got 5 receivers here. And now he will air this one out, but it was tipped, and it looks like it's intercepted. Skyridge.
Deflected and intercepted by the Falcons.
Wow. I don't know what number did that, but they did a great job getting back there. Trent Hodson sitting back there feeling like Akon. Lonely, so lonely. Got to get someone back there to block those linebackers because Skyridge has 3 of the best linebackers in the entire state. So, going to be interesting to see how they react to that. This defense just had a stop. They might be tired, but now Skyridge is in the red zone. We're going to see what they can do and if they can take advantage of that costly turnover.
4:49 left to go here in the first. It's first down. Call looks to pass. He's going to air this one up to Kalama. Kalama. Incomplete pass.
Kalama's just got to stretch out, lengthen his stride a little bit right there, and he could have gotten it. But Call made it a little bit difficult for him on that pass.
So that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Again from the Knights 15-yard line.
The other thing you have to be aware of, they've already had 1 field goal blocked. Are you going to take 4 chances now and not risk the kick anymore?
Down 10 for the Falcons.
Skyridge having great field goal or field position both times, as this is now an end around to Kalama, and Kalama gonna get bottled up. He will not get any yardage on that run.
I want to say it's Corbin Bumgardner coming out there.
No gain on the play.
And what you're going to see is the sideline to sideline speed for Lone Peak is phenomenal. You see them running deep, and it's great to see the flow of the defense. They might not be the biggest, they might not be the fastest. They don't have a John Henry Daly, but they do a great job flowing to the ball.
We got a third and a long 11. Call in the gun. Walker lined up to the right side of him as Caldwell looks to pass. Downfield. Oh, in and out of the hands of Jensen.
Oh. If you're a wide receiver, you got to get the ball in your hands or the ball down. That was dangerous.
Defending on the play.
So, again, 4th down, and here comes Kiesler to kick.
Yep. It's interesting. In high school, you're allowed to have a block. Kind of like when you're golfing, you get a nice little tee for your driver. You don't get that in college. But we'll see what they do
right
here.
Off the turf, huh? Kiesler's kick is up. It looks good. It is. And so Skyridge puts the first points, gets their points on the board. We got a 7-3 ball game. We'll be back after this quick break.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it
wasn't built for me.
It didn't care if I had to work a double shift.
Test day's test day. Deadline's a deadline.
I want to set the deadlines.
Tests on your time, courses on your time, graduate on your time. WGU, the nonprofit university of you.
Yeah, it was crazy, though. Sanchez misses them.
College wasn't built for me.
It didn't care if I had to work a double shift.
Cole Christensen and crew.
Lone Peak football presented by Skin Science. I'm Mark Winterton. Moose Bingham joining me. 3:53 left to go here in the first quarter. As Skyridge looking to kick. Back to receive is Cole Christensen, and this one into the end zone.
So Cole's got to work on his vert just a little bit right there. He was pretty high. Just needs to get just a bit taller.
You know, he wanted to return that, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Eager.
It's interesting. Both of Skyridge's kicks, if you look at the ball, there's a wicked backspin on it. That means that they hit the ball just a little bit low. They got to hit the ball about 3 to 5 centimeters higher to get the nice rotation, and the ball's really going to fly.
Well, and so they're going to struggle then once we switch here.
Yes, they will.
Comes second and fourth quarters. Hodson again with 5 receivers. And this time he is going to have to scramble out of the pocket, and he's got first down yardage. First down, Knights.
Hodson Hill out there. Goodness gracious. Getting out and getting the yards he wants.
After a 13-yard gain.
The only worry is you get a quarterback scrambling too often, taking too many hits.
That's true. They do have a good backup quarterback in Engelman as well. There's a lot of talent in quarterback here.
Hodson again, all alone. As that looks like the sideline called that audible.
Yep. They saw something they liked.
And
now Hodson. Pass underthrown, intended for
pass is incomplete.
Number
Robinson.
10, Trey Robinson.
Sione Westover defending on the play.
Sione Westover, another one of those linebackers. They are just like, wow, these dudes can blitz, they can cover, they can hit, they can do it all.
Second and 10, Knights.
So we got 3:11 left here in the first quarter. And the Knights on second and 10 from their own 33-yard line.
Feel like I'm watching Texas Tech or Mike Leach offense right here with no running backs.
Well, this is the first time I've seen Lone Peak really come out with that strong, just 5 receivers, as this pass almost intercepted
Hodson's pass falls incomplete. Crew McChesney, the intended receiver.
I want to say that's number 23, Dalton Young.
So Dalton Young has to whip his head around quick.
So that brings up a 3rd and 10 now for the Knights. Again, 5 receivers. 5 receivers in Blanton, Robinson, McChesney, Christensen, and Bateman as McChesney gets wide open, and he's down the field, across the 50, down to across the 40. They're going to mark him out at about the 36-yard line.
So I'm just realizing it was Jace Doman that Crew McChesney scored that touchdown on. But right now, Smith is in the nickel most of the time, which is really interesting. Smith, on that play, he slipped, had great recovery speed. Probably the only player in the entire state that can recover all the way back and get to Crew McChesney. Phenomenal job by Smith Snowden there.
So it wasn't Smith on him on that touchdown.
I can't see any of the numbers. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
You know what? I will have to do a little better as Hodson's going to scramble, and he picks up a few yards up to the 30.
Brought down by Mason Anderson.
So they marked the ball out at the 35, and so a 5-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 5 here.
Looks like Lone Peak is speeding it up a little bit too.
So again, 5 receivers.
5.
And it looks like they've got Smith over on Christensen. No, right now he's on Robinson. And actually, McChesney's not in, as Hodson now rolls right. And he's going to tuck it and just get out of bounds, pick up a few yards on this one.
They're doing lots of exotic formations, doing trips to the left, moving a receiver out there, having 4 receivers, giving Hodson lots of options. They're trying to find the mismatches, but it's tough to find mismatches against this phenomenal Skyridge defense.
29, 3rd down and 4. Knights.
Yeah, so again, it looks like Smith is on Robinson. McChesney in motion. 3rd and short. Hodson to pass. And it's complete to Bateman. First down, down to the 15-yard line.
Mad Max Bateman doing it again. I've been waiting all year for them to utilize Max, and they're finally going in there. They're saying, hey, we have the top tight end in the state. Let's utilize him. But they have 2 of the top 5 receivers in the state as well, and a couple up-and-comers as well. It's nice to be Lone Peak. Good for them.
1st and 10 from the Skyridge 15-yard line here. So now, here comes Brooks Wild into the game for the first time.
Good to see Brooks out there. I was getting worried.
And it's a give to Brooks. And he will get wrapped up in the backfield. We'll see if he got any yardage on that.
Brooks is a tough sucker even to get back to the line of scrimmage. Did a good job getting there. He was hit about 3 yards back in the back of the backfield. Back in the back of the back of the backfield. Back in the back. Goodness, tongue twisters happening here, ladies and gentlemen.
The back got hit in the back in the backfield.
The back in the back in the back.
2nd and 11. Hodson in the gun. He's got Wild lined up to the left side of him.
Now look at this heavy package.
And that complete change up, right? And this one is a play action. In fact, it's a QB keeper fake to Wild, and Hodson keeps it for about 2 yards.
Hodson with the quarterback keep.
Man, their film study must be insane. Their playbook has to be as big as the encyclopedia because they have enough formations to keep you reading for days on end.
Keeps me guessing.
If you thought the Old Testament was long, wait till you see Lone Peak's offensive playbook.
3rd and 9. Hodson in the pistol. He's got Wild lined up behind him. And he'll look to pass. And now he'll just throw it away. And that will bring up a 4th down. Sanchez working his way up there. We'll see if they send him out.
Now that's
that's going to do it. That is going to be the end of the quarter.
Happy day for
end
Sanchez.
Of the quarter. So Lone Peak on top, 7-3 over Skyridge here at the end of 1. We'll be back to start the second quarter.
I love our culture here at Skin Science. I think it plays to every student. Most people who choose aesthetics are creatives, and this is such a great outlet for them. Not only are they able to work one-on-one with their clients, they're also able to prepare them for what really happens in the world.
I loved the atmosphere at Skin Science. It was easy to make friends. The instructors actually form relationships with you, which is one of my favorite parts. It's a fun place to be, especially when you're there for 8 or 16 months. I actually miss it now.
It's Lone Peak football right here, presented by Skin Science on KSL Sports Rewind. It is the start of the second quarter.
So a really fortuitous situation for Ian Sanchez. What I like about kickers is when you can see the ball go over the 50. I'd always be in my coach's ear saying, "Hey, coach, this is field goal time." And they're like, "That's a 70-yard field goal, Moose." That's all right, let's try for it. But now with the win, Ian Sanchez has a much easier kick. Should be a great situation for him here. Well, let's hope the cars are okay.
I've seen him kick 56-yarders. This is going to be a chip shot. 31 with the wind.
Much better than against the wind, I'm telling you right now.
Ian Sanchez on to attempt the field goal.
But the refs are taking their time.
So longest field goal attempt you ever had in a game?
I had a 58 in a JV game once because they didn't want to punt it, and they're like, "Hell, let's try for it."
So Sanchez to kick. It is up. It looks good. And it is.
Wow. Love to see it. Someone protect the BMWs quick.
Yeah, that was a bomb. So Lone Peak's going to go up 10-3, 11:55 here to go in the second quarter. And now, guess what? Sanchez gets to kick with the wind.
Must be nice.
Again.
So kicking with the wind, always good. I'm sure he was thanking his lucky stars that Hodson was running on that last play to eat up the clock. He's like, "Me, you, same page."
After a drive of 64 yards in 10
Oh, tonight's game brought to you by Summit Foot and Ankle, ROI Solutions, Lions, Not Sheep, Rockwell Ice Cream, Burn Boot Camp, Stephanie Clark, Berkshire Hathaway, Black Desert Resort, Velocirax, Tiger Friday, Renovai, and Tech 9. And let me make sure I mentioned Ames Construction, too. All sponsors of Lone Peak football. Who do we got back to receive for Skyridge here?
Ian Sanchez kicking off for the Knights. Back to return, Smith, Snowden, and Jace Doman.
So Ian Sanchez with the win. I'm willing to bet my house that this is going out of the end zone.
Yeah, I guess there's no reason to see who's going to return it because they're not getting their hands on this, right?
I got really nervous there, I'm not going to lie. The ball rotation right when I saw it, I was like, "Oh no, there goes my house."
Oh. He's a kicker. He can kick. He's got a leg.
He does.
So now Sanchez, are any colleges looking at him here locally?
Yeah, so the hard thing with kickers, recruiting is a little bit different. You're usually looking to get a PWO. I know BYU likes him. I know Utah State likes him. It's very difficult to go to the next level as a specialist. Only about 10 kickers in the country get scholarships.
Call takes the snap, quick throw to Kalama. Kalama makes a quick little straight arm or stiff arm there. He'll pick up a couple of yards.
Yeah. What the Skyridge offense is missing is McKay Hillstead. Like we said, he just got surgery. He's trying to get back for playoffs. He added a dimension in the running game, and he's a phenomenal quarterback. He was my number 3 quarterback going into the season, and I repented. He should have been my number 2 quarterback. But McKay Hillstead, absolute stud for Utah State.
This one's a give to Walker, and Walker's got a first down.
Wow. Tate Walker, way to go.
The give is to Tate Walker.
Running with the force of a stallion behind him.
He's not very tall, but boy, those legs move like a Speedy Gonzalez there. As Call's going to keep this one, and he'll pick up 5 yards.
I love the pump fake right there. Trent Call going to absolutely nobody, but still felt good about it. Getting out, getting down the field. But picked up 5 yards, so maybe the pump fake works.
It did. It definitely did. It was all the pump fake. 2nd and 5.
We got a night lined up off sides, I can see from right here.
The defensive end there?
Yep.
We'll see if they call anything.
Oh, there you go.
He scooted back. Pass made, caught. That was number 9.
Josh Davis, the tight end.
Call completes to Josh.
And sometimes you just sit there and you're like, you look at the quarterback, you look at what's going on, and you're like, you hung me out to dry, brother. You took away your rushing yards. What are you doing?
Yeah, loss of 3 on that. Brings up 3rd and 8. Against this Lone Peak defense, that's a long 8.
Very long 8. Skyridge has had the great fortune of starting at Lone Peak's door most of the time. This is the first time they actually have to drive the field.
Under 10 minutes to go here in the second. Call looks to pass. Got a lot of time. Luke Smith chasing, and the pass is complete. Is it in bounds? And they're saying it's out of bounds, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down.
Still love the thought process. Good throw. A lot of good things. Things to build on. Be like, hey, let's come back to that play later in the game. But now you have to punt into every kicker's nightmare, the wind. I used to shave my legs just so my leg could cut through the wind.
You got to be kidding me, Moose.
Have you never seen that Old Spice commercial?
Kiesler to punt. And it is, takes a, wow, protect the TV.
Oh, they have a spare or 2 here at Lone Peak.
Do you think that was the win, Moose?
No, that was the drop. So what happened there, ladies and gentlemen, the drop came to the outside of his leg. His leg followed it, but it was too far outside, and his arm was short. So his elbow came inside, the ball was outside of his leg, and it came off the side of his foot, and that's not what you want.
After this TV timeout.
And we're going to take a timeout. 9:33 left to go here in the second. We'll be back.
College wasn't built for me.
I didn't care if I had to work a double shift.
Or if my kid had a fever.
Deadline's a deadline.
I want to set the deadlines.
I want to take tests when I'm ready.
I want to take courses on my time.
And speed up when I know my stuff.
I want a university that cares about me.
Tests on your time, courses on your time, graduate on your time. WGU, the nonprofit university of you.
College wasn't built for me.
I didn't care if I had to work a double shift.
Test day's test day. Deadline's a deadline.
I want to set the deadlines.
Tests on your time, courses on your time, graduate on your time. WGU, the nonprofit university of you.
Lone Peak football brought to you by Skin Science. Mark Winterton, Moose Bingham joining me. 9:33 left to go here in the second quarter. And it's Lone Peak football in Skyridge territory.
Well, what's nice, you're already in field goal range with Ian Sanchez, especially with this wind behind you. So all you need to do is take your shots like Little John says.
Little John says that?
Yep.
Little John.
Little John.
Hodson Alone in the backfield, 5 receivers.
Not Robin Hood's friend, but the rapper.
I was just confirming that it was Lil John, not Little. As Hodson intended for Robinson, that's going to be incomplete, and I think he just had to get rid of it.
Yeah, made the right decision. When you have someone breathing down your neck, let's live to see another day. If he gets sacked at the 49, that might hit you out of field goal range. Maybe not.
9:28 left to go here in the second. That brings up 2nd and 10. Again, Hodson all alone. He's got Christensen in motion. And Christensen will head back to where he was. He's guarded by Snowden. And Hodson complete to Bateman for about 4 yards.
Good catch right there. You're going to see a lot more scholarship offers coming for Bateman now that he has his first from Delane Fitzgerald and the Thunderbirds from down south. But it's really interesting. I want Cole Christensen to get offers. He does a great job out of the slot.
Well, and he's so deadly in the specialty areas. As this one intended for Bateman is knocked away, incomplete.
Jace Doman flying in there. Great job. You got to attack the ball. But it's interesting. These receivers, the only one that had an offer was Kerry McChesney to Nevada, but he decided to take, oh, shoot, this is a long field goal. I'm excited. 54. But he decided to take the baseball route with Brigham Young University.
Well, this is perfect, too. So it's going to be 4th and 6. Sanchez comes out to kick, Christensen to hold. From the 44-yard line, it is up. The wind's with him. And it looks good.
Wow.
54 yards. Sanchez is good. And the Knights are up 13-3.
And boom goes the dynamite. That was a big old kick right there. Man, was that a 56?
It was 54.
54?
54 yards.
Man, just like I said, they started in field goal range. Wow! Goodness gracious, Ian Sanchez could be the player of the game after that.
Well, that's 2 field goals.
Wow.
2 field goals for Sanchez.
7 points for the young man on the night. He did not score a touchdown, but he used his leg to get the Knights on the board and then some. Difference maker right there.
You know, I talked to Coach Brockbank a little bit about Sanchez and what his feelings were after last game, missing 2 field goals, especially when I don't think he'd missed a field goal on the year, and then he goes into having those opportunities to kick a couple of game winners and he misses them, how he was feeling, and said, you know what? He was doing good. He felt like he was doing good.
Sanchez is like a rubber ball. He always bounces back. It's always fun to watch him.
Well, and then he just nails that 54-yarder. You can't feel better than after kicking that.
Let's see how he does on this kickoff now.
Oh, it's gone.
Oh, he's hyped. That might be a field goal as well.
I think that went through the uprights.
Got to give him an extra point for that. Ian Sanchez is feeling himself tonight.
That one did go through the uprights. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Falcons from their own 20-yard line. 8:51 left to go here in the second quarter. And the Knights, hey, up by a score.
Or 2.
Scores. Couple scores, right?
Man.
My math's correct.
You're going to have Nick Saban calling up Ian Sanchez and then some. Wow. Great day for him.
So call in the gun, gives to Walker. Walker finding some room, and he is going to pick up about 6 up the middle.
Man, 54-yard. That's the second 50-yard field goal I've seen from him this season. The first was against Timpview. Crazy leg. What do you see?
Was that one with the wind?
No, it was against the wind.
It was against the wind.
Yeah. There wasn't that much wind, though.
Just kind of more calm than anything.
Yeah.
What? Now that one was been played at, was that one in Provo?
Yep, at Provo High School. With every single bug in the Western Hemisphere, it felt like.
Oh! And this one, in and out of Call's hands. He's just going to jump on it. He does.
Loose ball is recovered by the
Sacked by Nathan Darrington. He's feeling pretty hyped about that, but he wanted the ball.
So that's going to bring up a 3rd and 23 now for the Falcons.
Wow. I would not have expected this coming into this game. The Falcons were my number one team for a majority of the season so far.
Well, they got the big win against Timpview. Timpview, of course, beat up on Lone Peak.
Crazy year.
Right. It's all over the place, right? As he'll heave this one down the sideline, and it's caught. Caught for a first down and more.
Oh, and that's why Skyridge was one of the top teams in the state. Goodness gracious. What a throw by call. He dialed 911, help me out, and it was answered.
That was Andrus, Jackson Andrus on the reception.
Who was not a transfer.
Actual Skyridge.
Oh, so Call's going to learn a thing or two here. Maybe don't go head up with Denny. That's a bad choice, buddy. Learn how to slide, dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge. Anything you can to not get hit by Denny, because that kid's a load.
This brings up 2nd and 3 for the Falcons as they get it up to their own 45-yard line. And Call, hands off. Let's see who that was. Oh, that's Sheffield on the carry. And Sheffield gets a loss of yardage.
The running game has been good at times for chunks here and there, but they're not doing what they're used to doing. Usually they're demolishing on the offensive line, dominating, but this Lone Peak defense might be for real.
Well, it's 3rd and 4. And again, a give up the middle. And I think that was, again, Sheffield. And Sheffield's tackled for a loss of another 1, and now it brings up 4th and 5.
The last few runs have been going the wrong way. But I'm happy that Skyridge was able to get out of that predicament they were in, basically in the end zone, because if you're punting from there, it's rough.
Especially into the wind.
Yep. Let's get the ball over your leg this time, and let's see what we can do.
Kiesler's punt is going to head downfield. Again, he's punting away from Christensen.
Well, he did a good job punting away, but the ball once again wasn't right over his right leg.
But it'll be first and 10 for the Knights at their own 29-yard line.
So I'd like to say that they're in field goal range here. I just can't quite say that one.
A little off, right? 5:27.
Just a bit outside on this one.
5:27 left to go here in the second quarter. And we are going to go to a quick break.
It all starts with a smile. To show you care, offer a sign of love, welcome someone home. Even when we don't see each other, or share a room, even without words, smiles bring us together. Let's keep yours healthy. Stonehaven Dental. Schedule online at stonehavendental.com.
College wasn't built for me.
It didn't care if I had to work a double shift.
Test day's test day. Deadline's a deadline.
I want to set the deadlines.
Tests on your time. Courses on your time. Graduate on your time. WGU, the nonprofit university of you.
Welcome back to Lone Peak Football, presented by Skin Science right here on KSL Sports Rewind. Mark Winterton along with Moose Bingham. As 5:27 left to go here in the second quarter, and it's Lone Peak with the ball again.
Yeah, this is really interesting. Skyridge hasn't been playing from behind very much. Even their loss to Corner Canyon, it was a barely loss.
A battle all the way to the end, right?
Yep.
And Hodson comes out in the gun. He's got 5 receivers. That's McChesney in motion. And now Hodson finds McChesney. McChesney running east. Well, west. He was running west.
Career McChesney.
He's stopped by Dalton.
All the McChesneys are fun. You've got them through BYU. You've got them doing a lot of fun things. Great family. But Crew might be my favorite.
Well, he picks up 6 on that play and then brings up a 2nd and 4 here. And Hodson looks to pass again. He's going to have to scramble out of the pocket. He gets sacked for a loss. And that's about a 6 yards loss there.
Well, sometimes the football gods giveth and the football gods taketh away. Now we're back behind the sticks with 10 yards to go.
That brings up 3rd down and 10 for the night.
So 3rd and 10. Clock is ticking. We're down to 4:35, and it is
3rd down.
Where are they at? Their own 29-yard line? Yeah. Again, Hodson all alone. And he'll air this one out as he gets hit. And it's caught. McChesney comes down with the 1st down. Knights.
He better be careful. Kalani Sataki is watching this game with our millions and millions of fans. He might say, I need me another McChesney. Don't go play baseball.
Is that what McChesney's looking to do?
Yeah, he's committed to the BYU baseball team, but we'll forgive him.
You can be they did it all the time. Dion did it. Bo Jackson did it.
Yep, I'd put Crew in the same category of athletes as Bo Jackson and Deion Sanders.
Yeah. Hodson with 5 receivers. Exactly, Moose.
Yep.
That's what I was saying. Hodson looks to pass. He's going to get chased out of the pocket once again. Throwing on the run. It was almost picked off.
And I believe that was Smith Snowden. Let that one get away from him.
Hodson's pass is incomplete.
Smith was running about as good a route as the receiver on that one.
Smith Snowden.
Goodness gracious.
So that brings up 2nd and 10 from their own 48-yard line.
It's really interesting. I'm used to Smith Snowden being hanging out on the edges, but they're utilizing him inside because they're like, we got to find more ways for you to make plays, young man.
More interceptions.
Yep.
Lone Peak's going to take a timeout. We will as well.
For over 25 years, Salt Lake Running Company has helped people of all ages and levels find the gear they need to start their fitness journey. From a free custom shoe fit analysis to a premium assortment of footwear and workout essentials, SLRC is a top 10 run shop in America. Locally owned, locally operated at 5 locations along the Wasatch Front, SLRC is there to help you gear up and get out. Visit a store near you or shop online at slrc.com.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy.
Lone Peak football presented by Skin Science. As there it is, 2nd and 10 for the Knights. 3:38 left to go here in the 2nd quarter.
Man, Lone Peak, you think you get them behind the sticks and then they can just throw it up to Crew. It's interesting to watch for sure.
Yeah, it's been a whole lot of Crew and not as much Christensen as this one's to Christensen, and he's going to do his work with his feet. They will bottle him up right around the 49-yard line. The Skyridge 49-yard line.
49 one way or the other. It's all a good thing. But that was a great job by him. He caught the ball about 2 yards behind the sticks, and then he advanced it. But you got to get north and south quicker. Broke a couple tackles, did a good job.
So that brings up 3rd and 7. Hodson will scramble again to the right, and now he'll just throw this one up and throw that one away. Brings up 4th down, and I imagine Lone Peak will come out and pump this one away.
Yeah, you're in no man's land right here. Let's see what they're going to do, how they're going to do it, why they're going to do it. Looks like punting. If it looks like a duck, acts like a duck, and quacks like a duck, it's probably a duck. So we're going to see the punt team.
It's going to be a fake.
And we just got insider information. It's going to be a fake.
I don't know if that was insider information.
Alex Passy in confirmation.
He does know how to drive bus. Passy will punt this one up and over and it's going to land about the 15 and taking about the 10-yard line. And now he's upended. Who was on the return?
Snowden.
Was that Snowden?
He's been listening to a little bit too much Michael Jordan. I Believe I Can Fly music right there.
Well,
he almost did.
Looked like he was flying out of bounds.
Woo. But what I do like about that is Smith got the ball under the 10, and he flew up the field and got another 10 yards. But there's some dirty laundry on the field.
What, there is? Where? Oh, far side. That looks like it might be a sideline warning.
Well, let's see if the refs start flapping their wings.
Could be a hold. What's it going to be?
It's going against Lone Peak, whatever it is.
A false start. So we got a repunt. Did they?
I don't know if I'd have them repunt it. I'd just take the yards.
Well, I think that's what they're.
5-yard penalty from the end of the run.
Oh, illegal procedure.
From the 29-yard line, 1st and 10, Falcons.
Okay.
Long field for Skyridge right here.
So on their own 29-yard line, call all alone in the backfield, and I think this one was just a miscommunication.
Kalama, the intended receiver.
Yeah, there were two Knights in the way of that Falcon getting any.
Well, if that one was intended for Kalama, he was quite a bit of ways away.
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't even turned around looking.
No. Definitely some miscommunication.
2nd and 10. 2:43 left to go here in the first half. Call. Drops the pass. He's going to tuck this one and run, and he'll pick up a few.
Oh, he learned. He learned right there.
What, the little slide?
Good job sliding. You love to see call learning. They're like, look, you're our backup. We don't have much behind you. Save yourself. We don't need you running over anyone. Please.
That brings up 3rd and 6 here.
All right.
I tell you what, Lone Peak's defense is even better on 3rd down, as that snap was not expected. And there's the pass. He heaves this one downfield to Kalama, and Kalama's got it. At the 31, he comes away with it. Did you see the hit in the backfield?
There were multiple dirty plays right there. One on the quarterback, one on the offensive lineman. You're going to see that. There was a response to the dirty plays.
I don't know if the offensive lineman would be a dirty play, though. He was just blocking. No? He put that guy on his back.
Yes, he did.
And then was there a roughing the passer? I followed the ball.
There should be a roughing the passer. But we'll see what's going on. There's a huddle by the refs. There's going to be a lot of things.
And then to take that away, Kalama's great catch at the 31, double covered.
Yeah. Good job, Kalama.
Yeah.
Let's say that. Good for Kalama. A lot of other extracurricular activity going on here.
It doesn't.
A good time.
It doesn't count on your stat line, but it was great.
You can't put that extracurricular activity on your college resume.
Oh, you can put that in your. You can put it in your highlight reel.
Oh, that's true.
All right, we're gonna try and watch some replay here on our own little screen and see exactly what happens. So that was actually looked like a clean. It looked like a clean block to me, but they're going to call it a blindside hit.
Well, that's interesting. They didn't call the other flag as well, but
yeah, the
it should have been
roughing the passer
penalties.
I agree with you,
but
instead it's going to be
paid the big bucks to be a zebra. I'm just a moose.
I mean, you can get the big bucks. They need lots more refs.
I am not qualified in any way, shape, or form for that job.
Oh, I think you being a kicker totally qualifies you for the job.
It allows me to announce and talk trash. That's all I can do for kicking.
Did you talk trash as a kicker when you were out there on the field?
I tried my darndest.
1:56 left to go here in the first half. 3rd and a bit.
Just got to find Kalama again.
That's all he's got to do. It's going to be 3rd and about 21 is what it is.
That's a bit for sure.
Kalama's going to go up and get it. You just put it up in the air. After watching that play, it doesn't matter where it is. Kalama will go get it.
Kalama's pretty frustrated about his stat line. He told me so.
You've got him on the speed dial?
Third down.
Heck yes, I do.
Yards to go for the Falcons.
Call in the gun. Walker in the backfield with him. He looks to pass, and it is almost intercepted.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Number 8, Corbin Bumgardner. If you asked him what his favorite candy is, it's got to be Butterfingers. Oh, no.
Bumgardner defending on the play.
So I have to tell you, I'm an American Fork last week with Lone Peak.
Yep.
And something similar happened. And all of a sudden on my phone I have this, what is it when people share the stuff with you? As Kiesler's punt. This one again going to go out of bounds. You know when they share a photo with you on your phone, what is it called?
A text?
No. They like airdrop. There we go. They airdropped me a picture, and I just saw it on my phone. I was like, who is this? Like, it's just some random person's phone. So I open it, and that's exactly what it was. It was a picture of a Butterfinger.
Yeah, Halloween's coming up. He'll be trick-or-treating for a lot of Butterfingers.
It's going to trigger him, though.
Yeah. He had a pick 6.
He did. He had a pick 6.
He had literally no one but green grass in front of him.
It feels like the Knights now have switched, as Skyridge in the first quarter had great field position. Now the Knights are getting great field position. As this was to McChesney, and great play there by Snowden.
Great catch by Chesney, but Smith Snowden is about the only player in the entire state that could have made that tackle. That could have been going for 6.
That's a one-hand, one-foot grab.
Yeah, Smith did a great job. He has the best hip flexibility I've seen. And that was incredible.
2nd and 2, Hodson to throw. And he's got Christensen over on the right sideline, and it is caught for a first down.
Christensen was hoping they were playing NFL rules right there. He's like, nobody touched me. Let me go get another few yards.
First down for the Knights.
But that's not what we play in high school.
Do you think it's for the ease of the officials?
I'm sure it is.
Hodson all alone in the backfield. Again, looking to throw. As he's hit. Intended for Bateman.
Ouchtown, bro.
Max Bateman, the intended receiver.
Well, we're down to 47 seconds. Are we in field goal range?
Yes, and yes.
I don't know. With the wind, you're looking
55
yards.
And he just hit a 54.
That's true. He did.
With
we are
at least a yard or two to spare.
We are in range. As Hodson is going to get sacked for a loss.
Now we're out of range.
And so, but that brings up a 3rd down. 40 seconds left to go. And Lone Peak wants a timeout. We're going to take one as well.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access.
For over 25 years, Salt Lake Running Company has helped people of all ages and levels find the gear they need to start their fitness journey. From a free custom shoe fit analysis to a premium assortment of footwear and workout essentials, SLRC is a top 10 run shop in America. Locally owned, locally operated at 5 locations along the Wasatch Front, SLRC is there to help you gear up and get out. Visit a store near you or shop online at slrc.com.
Lone Peak football presented by Skin Science right here on KSL Sports Rewind. Mark Winterton, Moose Bingham joining me. 40 seconds left to go here in the first half. And it's 3rd and 13 here. Hodson going to be all alone in the backfield.
So you don't need to get 13. Just get 5. Get 5, and we'll call it good.
That'd put him into field goal range, and Hodson is going to run this one. And he'll push forward. He's going to get 2. Is that going to be enough? I'm making a 56-yarder.
I'm guessing the wind has died now. So if you look at the American flag, not going anywhere right
Here
this
comes
second.
Sanchez.
3-yard gain on the play, 4th down
And we've got clock running. They've got 1 timeout left.
Oh, he put it back a little bit just to get the 57.
We're looking at 57 here. They better hike it.
Oh, kick it.
And they're going to ice him. Who's taking the timeout?
Lone Peak is, I believe.
Timeout taken by the Knights.
Oh, okay. With 2 seconds left, Lone Peak's going to take a timeout. You know what? We will as well.
It all starts with a smile. To show you care, offer a sign of love, welcome someone home. Even when we don't see each other, or share a room, even without words, smiles bring us together. Let's keep yours healthy. Stonehaven Dental. Schedule online at stonehavendental.com.
At UC
Lone Peak football presented by Skin Science, and with 2 seconds left, it's Sanchez coming out to attempt a 57-yard field goal.
56
they're gonna put it
now.
They're back to the 56.
He was pulling it back a little bit. He wanted that extra yard.
Is that what it was?
I respect it. But now he counted it out. He's like, all right, it's actually a 56, dang it.
Hey, Sanchez, if there's fantasy football in high school, I want him as my kicker. Christensen to hold. The kick is up. Does it have the length? It does, and it is good. 56 yards.
Bam! 2 for 2 and 50 plus. He has the memory of a goldfish. He doesn't remember what happened last week. All he said is, "Give me the kicks." Woo!
What were you telling me about not a whole lot of kickers on scholarship out there in the?
Yeah, there's only about 10, and he might claim one of those scholarships soon.
Might be exciting. Hey, you know what? We're at halftime. It's Lone Peak on top, 16-3. We got a lot of field goals in this game. You don't see a lot of field goals in high school football.
Oh, you should see more. If I'm ever calling the game, you're guaranteed to get hyped for the field goals.
It is senior night, maybe even homecoming. I'm not sure. They've got extra 20 minutes on the board, on the clock. And so we're going to go to halftime. We'll be back after this halftime break.
I love our culture here at Skin Science. I think it plays to every student. Most people who choose aesthetics are creatives, and this is such a great outlet for them. Not only are they able to work one-on-one with their clients, they're also able to prepare them for what really happens in the world.
I loved the atmosphere at Skin Science. It was easy to make friends. The instructors
College wasn't built for me.
It didn't care if I had to work a double shift.
Or if my kid had a fever.
Deadline's a deadline.
I want to set the deadlines.
I want to take tests when I'm ready.
I want to take courses on my time.
And speed up when I know my stuff.
I want a university that cares about me.
Tests on your time, courses on your time, graduate on your time. WGU, the nonprofit university of you.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it
Salt Lake Running Company is inspiring our community to move with purpose, embrace adventure, and consciously connect to their bodies. Exercise is essential, now more than ever. Take control of the chaos and make time for you. From the gym to the trail, SLRC can help you find the focus to define your finish line. Visit one of our 5 locations along the Wasatch Front or shop online at slrc.com.
It all starts with a smile. To show you care, offer a sign of love, welcome someone home. Even when we don't see each other, or share a room, even without words, smiles bring us together. Let's keep yours healthy. Stonehaven Dental. Schedule online at stonehavendental.com.
I love our culture here at Skin Science. I think it plays to every student. Most people who choose aesthetics are creatives, and this is such a great outlet for them. Not only are they able to work one-on-one with their clients, they're also able to prepare
Bird Homes is a Utah-founded community builder and a proud sponsor of Skyridge football. Bird Homes not only builds commercial and multifamily buildings, they build and support Utah communities. Bird Homes builds for you. Go Falcons.
College wasn't built for me.
I didn't care if I had to work a double shift.
Or if my kid had a fever.
Deadline's a deadline.
I want to set the deadlines.
I want to take tests when I'm ready.
I want to take courses on my time.
And speed up when I know my stuff.
I want a university that cares about me.
Tests on your time, courses on your time, graduate on your time. WGU, the nonprofit university of you.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes
Salt Lake Running Company is inspiring our community to move with purpose, embrace adventure, and consciously connect to their bodies. Exercise is essential, now more than ever. Take control of the chaos and make time for you. From the gym to the trail, SLRC can help you find the focus to define your finish line. Visit one of our 5 locations along the Wasatch Front or shop online at slrc.com.
It all starts with a smile. To show you care, offer a sign of love, welcome someone home. Even when we don't see each other, or share a room, even without words, smiles bring us together. Let's keep yours healthy. Stonehaven Dental. Schedule online at stonehavendental.com.
Bird Homes is a Utah-founded community builder and a proud sponsor of Skyridge football. Bird Homes not only builds commercial and multifamily buildings, they build and support Utah communities. Bird Homes builds for you. Go Falcons.
I love our culture here at Skin Science. I think it plays to every student. Most people who choose aesthetics are creatives, and this is such a great outlet for them. Not only are they able to work one-on-one with their clients, they're also able to prepare them for what really happens in the world.
I loved the atmosphere at Skin Science. It was easy to make friends. The instructors actually form relationships with you, which is one of my favorite parts. It's a fun place to be, especially when you're there for 8 or 16 months. I actually miss it.
College wasn't built for me.
I didn't care if I had to work a double shift.
Or if my kid had a fever.
Deadline's a deadline.
I want to set the deadlines.
I want to take tests when I'm ready.
I want to take courses on my time.
And speed up when I know my stuff.
I want a university that cares about me.
Tests on your time, courses on your time, graduate on your time. WGU, the nonprofit university of you.
Bird Homes is a Utah-founded community builder and a proud sponsor of Skyridge football. Bird Homes not only builds commercial and multifamily buildings, they build and support Utah communities. Bird Homes builds for you. Go Falcons.
I love our culture here at Skin Science. I think it plays to every student. Most people who choose aesthetics are creatives, and this is such a great outlet for them. Not only are they able to work one-on-one with their clients, they're also able to prepare them for what really happens in the world.
Salt Lake Running Company is inspiring our community to move with purpose, embrace adventure, and consciously connect to their bodies. Exercise is essential, now more than ever. Take control of the chaos and make time for you.
Lone Peak football presented by Skin Science right here on KSL Sports Rewind. We're getting ready to start second half action. Mark Winterton along with Moose Bingham, and Ian Sanchez's kick is going to go into the end zone.
Oh, man, the wind has died down, but the ball's still going in the end zone.
So interesting fact. Yeah. There have only been 4 other times that a high school kicker has kicked a 50-plus yarder twice. This was the 5th time.
This was the 5th time.
This is the 5th time. There has been 0. Well, I know. It has not happened 3 times. As far as
three times in one game.
Yeah, no times has it been 3 times. Okay. Did you get that?
Yes, I did.
Call to pass. And it's caught. Going to be good for a first down for the Falcons.
Now the question is, can you name the kickers?
Call completes to Cannon Jensen.
I don't know. Was one of them you, Moose?
No, it was not.
He picks up the first down for the Falcons.
I'm willing to. I think Justin Sorensen was one.
I would agree probably with you. I would say, yeah, I'm not going to argue with you.
So Justin Sorensen was one. Skylar Southam was one. I believe Shaden Johnson was one.
This is Walker on the carry. Going to be good for about 7 yards.
So people tweet us at MooseB90 if you know who the other 2 are. Shaden Johnson, Justin Sorensen, Skylar Southam are the 3 I can think of.
Well, so Ian Sanchez is now one of them. And so just one more. Who's the other one? That is the question.
Second down 4.
Is it Brody Laga?
Again to Walker. And Walker this time is going to go nowhere. And so it'll bring up a 3rd and 3.
You know, I think it's Brody Laga. Those are our 5.
All right.
Correct me if I'm wrong, ladies and gentlemen.
None of them have done it 3 times.
No.
None of them have kicked 3 50-yarders in one game.
Tonight could be the night.
It really could, especially with these defenses.
Yeah, great defenses. We've got another 3rd down. And let's see what call can call up. Dial up.
I liked call up. It was good. He kept it. He did not give to Walker. He kept it, and it looks like he's close. I've got one official that says yes and one official says no. Where are they going to put it? And he's going to put it behind the sticks, going to bring up 4th and inches.
So I think at this point, Skyridge they're probably going to go for it because their punter's averaging maybe 20 yards at this point.
Well, if anything, trying to get the defense to jump.
Just get under center and sneak it.
1 inch, maybe a couple. It really isn't very many.
Still has 10 seconds.
Well, and Walker's been brutal. And they give to Walker, and Walker's got the first and more. He's up across the 50.
Oh,
and that's
yard,
where he'll be stopped.
10.
Oh, big hit there at the end, and come back. It's going to bring a flag in.
Wow.
Did you see the hit there at the end?
I did not.
Well, after Walker had been stopped, I'm not sure if it was an offense or was it against Lone Peak? I think it was a defender that come flying in after he was being pushed backwards.
Well, let's see what the ref calls.
If that's the case, it's going to be personal foul against the Knights. And it's against Skyridge.
Wow.
So they get the first down, but now we're going back 15 yards.
Okay. That's an interesting call right there. But at least you get the first down. You got accomplished what you needed to.
In a first down.
Great run by Tate Walker as well. And you need an inch, he'll give you a mile.
38-yard line.
At least 11 yards.
Well, Walker's looked strong all night. I've only seen him stopped maybe a couple times with no gain or loss. As Call looks to pass, and he's going to air this one out to Kalama. Incomplete. Overthrows his man.
Incomplete.
Skyridge has to find something to hang their hat on. McKay Hillstead was the keystone of their offense for so many years, so many games. And McKay Hillstead went through 4 different offensive coordinators through his time here. But Call has to be able to make some noise here, do something, find someone. Someone has to step up, or else this game's going to get out of reach awfully quick.
Well, this is, that's the thing is this is giving Call some reps. He's going to be your starting quarterback more than likely next year. As this pass is thrown, it's complete. It's going to be good for about 5 yards, so that'll bring up a 3rd and 5 for the Falcons.
Yeah, 3rd down hasn't been very favorable to this Skyridge team. I don't imagine they have more than 3 or 5 of them. I got to look at the stats, but they've got to start getting these 3rd downs turned into 1st downs.
Trying to get the defense to jump here.
They had a talking to in the locker room, I'm sure. They jumped a few times.
Sheffield in the backfield with Call. Call going to air this one out. Looks like it's caught. And it is.
Is that Smith?
Call's pass is complete.
It is. That is Smith Snowden.
Well, not only can he be your best defensive player, but if you need a spark on offense, Smith Snowden will answer the call.
Answered to Call.
From the 27-yard line, 1st and 10 Falcons.
It wasn't Smith.
And
face mask.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Brought down in the backfield by Luke Smith. We have a penalty marker on the field.
So you got to get the sack, but you can't grab the face mask.
The penalty is personal foul, face mask.
Yeah, that's going to negate the sack there.
Got to stay low. It's always hard for defenders. You can't go too low. You can't go too high. You just have to hit a guy just right.
You tell him, Lewis. You're doing a great job. Thanks, bro.
So, Skyridge is back in the red zone almost. And this has been the best drive I've seen from him in a while.
6 Falcons.
So is that a replay on it doesn't use up a down?
It doesn't. Got to brush up on the high school rules.
For some reason in my mind, I was thinking now you're 2nd down, but you could get the penalty. As Call airs this one out, going to the end zone, and they throw in flags.
Not just one flag, but 2.
Incomplete. Smith Snowden, the intended receiver. C.J. Rubel defending on the play.
And again, that was Smith Snowden over there.
So you get Smith in. There's a reason he's got offers from the likes of Tennessee, Northwestern, Utah, BYU. The list goes on and on and on. His list of offers is longer than I can even talk.
Well, and if anyone knows how to draw pass interference, it's a guy that
it's a DB.
It's a defensive back himself. So that is going to be first and 10 for the Falcons, down about the 13-yard line.
This is where defense is clamped down.
Ooh.
Before the play.
And we've got a false start, and I don't know if that was against Walker or if it was one of the linemen.
Against Skyridge.
Walker went up on his toes. That was all I saw, so I don't know exactly who that was called on.
5-yard penalty.
But the 5-yard penalty is going to bring it back to the 18-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 15 now for Skyridge. 8:50 left to go here in the third quarter. 8:50 left to go.
Skyridge has been marching down the field thanks to Smith Snowden.
Oh, thanks to some nice penalties. And again, going to the end zone. Is it caught?
Touchdown!
It's a touchdown. Falcons.
Wow. Great job. Great routes.
Trent Call completes to Jace Doman.
So you're getting the DBs out there at wide receiver now. Jace Doman coming in, the transplant from Pleasant Grove. And it was a great pass, great back shoulder throw by Trent Call. He's growing before our eyes. And this is becoming a game, ladies and gentlemen. We went from a 2-possession game to a 1-possession game just in the snap of a finger and a call from Trent.
And the extra point's good. So we got a 16-10 ball game. We'll be back after this quick break.
Salt Lake Running Company is inspiring our community to move with purpose, embrace adventure, and consciously connect to their bodies. Exercise is essential, now more than ever. Take control of the chaos and make time for you. From the gym to the trail, SLRC can help you find the focus to define your finish line. Visit one of our 5 locations along the Wasatch Front or shop online at slrc.com.
Lone Peak football presented by Skin Science right here on KSL Sports Rewind. Mark Winterton along with Moose Bingham. This game also brought to you by doTERRA, a proud sponsor of Lone Peak football. doTERRA's products help athletes around the world to maintain the highest level of health and wellness. You can learn more about how you can up your health and wellness game at doTERRA.com. Also, D.R. Horton, the state's premier builder of master plan communities, offering amenities like pools, clubhouses, integrated walking trails, sport courts, dog parks, play areas, and much more, with more than 300 communities built locally since 1992 and 18-plus communities now under construction. D.R. Horton is Utah's home builder. So start your new home search today at drhorton.com.
For dental implants and wisdom
wow. Great job by Skyridge coming out that second half. They had some adversity. They had some penalties. They got some penalties. It was a long, great drive, and they got all the way down the field methodically. That's what you got to do against this Lone Peak defense. Take what they'll give you and then find your shots. Really good job by Trent Call. He's finally settling into this offense, and this Skyridge team is back in this game. Let's see what Lone Peak can answer.
Well, you've got McChesney, Christensen back, Kiesler to kick, and he's kicking into the wind here. 8:44 left to go in the third, and they're just going to little lob kick, and it's number 5.
So that kick went a total distance of about 20 yards, 25 yards. But Jeff Johnson taking it back. He needed to get north and south, but he tried to pull a little Crew McChesney out there and some Cole Christensen. And he just doesn't quite have the skills to do that, bless his heart.
Old Jethro Johnson. I wonder if his parents were big fans of Jethro Tull.
Possibly.
From the 35.5. 1st and 10, Lone Peak Knights.
Hodson in the gun, and we got Brooks Wild out there, lined up behind him. In the pistol here. And it's a give to Wild.
Whoa.
And Wild is bottled up. I think he may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Tausili came off the edge there with some bad intentions. Really hit the quarterback hard and said, hey, I'm going to be here the rest of the half. Look out for me.
So that'll be 2nd and 10 as McChesney comes off the field. Robinson and Christensen, the near side receivers.
And we're seeing Smith on the bottom on Robinson.
Hodson to throw, and he finds Christensen. Christensen tries to make a move, but it's only going to result in about a 3-yard pickup.
Now some laundry on the field, ladies and gentlemen. It's getting a little chippy out here.
That's in the backfield.
Roughing the passer.
And that is an automatic first down.
Man, we're going to have to get some Tostitos out here because it's getting chippy.
I don't know if that was chippy. That was a late hit.
Well, sometimes it's chippy, sometimes it's just a late hit.
Maybe somebody got chippy. That's why the late hit.
Man, might go get a chip cookie because it's so chippy.
You know what they have here? They do these maple bars here at Lone Peak, and they're delicious.
Nothing says diabetes like maple bars.
That's right. 7:56 left to go here in the third quarter. It's Hodson. Hand off to Wild. And I think he picked up a yard.
Well, he met a brick wall of Skyridge. Wow. Ian Mariner in the middle right there. Big old number 90. He's an underclassman, but he does a heck of a job. Skyridge lost a couple of their top defensive tackles to Kahuku, of all people.
Kahuku,
Hawaii.
It's going to bring up 2nd and 9 here.
The Ross brothers played at Skyridge last year, and now they're playing for Kahuku. Just a little tidbit.
That is interesting information. Hodson, Smith lined up behind him, and it's completed to Christensen. And Christensen will get up to the 41.
Hodson has gotten better every time I've watched him. He's finally feeling comfortable getting out there, doing a lot of good things. And whenever you have Christensen and Crew McChesney and Trey Robinson
5-yard gain in the play,
goodness gracious.
As Blanton comes into the game there, number 19. It'll bring up, it's going to be 3rd and 4 here for the Knights.
And
Wild.
They're in field goal range.
They are in field goal range. You think we might see another 30 or a 50-yarder as this one's going to be aired out, going to Christensen, and it is going to be knocked down. Falls incomplete. I don't see any flags on the field.
Hodson's pass.
Not one flag, which is a questionable call by the refs.
Here, though, this is a long kick. You're looking 58 yards here.
Intended for Cole Christensen.
And so they will bring out Passy. Just a little out of Sanchez's range.
Come on, Coach. I need some more Ian Sanchez in my life.
I know. Well, that's why I was hoping for a little run up the middle.
It's just 2 more yards, Coach. Come on.
Back to return.
Let the boys
only
play.
2 more. Passy will pump this one away. Good punt.
Good high punt from Passy.
And going to land about the 13-yard line and take a nice Lone Peak bounce down to about the 3-yard line.
Wow. Okay, Passy.
Ball rolls dead at the 3-yard
He says,
line.
we have a good
It'll be
kicker,
1st and
but
10 Falcons.
I can punt too.
Yeah. You guys, look over here. 6:12 left to
Punters
go.
are people too. Let's just say it right here and right now.
So now we're looking at a possession or a field position game, as this is going to put Skyridge down on their own 3-yard line coming out. 1st and 10. 6:12 left to go here in the third quarter. And Lone Peak on top, 16-10. Tonight's game, of course, brought to you by Realco, your one-stop janitorial shop. Also Ames Construction, working in harmony with nature and instilling true confidence, delivering success. Summit Foot and Ankle, At Summit Foot and Ankle, they want you to empower your peak performance. Foot pain isn't normal, so rise above the pain at summitfootandAnkle.com. Again, you're watching Lone Peak Football, brought to you by Skin Science, right here on KSL Sports Rewind. Mark Winterton along with Moose Bingham.
They have a few burritos left.
Oh, nice little break. Time to get a breather. But this game is so exciting because Lone Peak has had all the momentum for the game. And with one touchdown, Skyridge is back. They can score here and go up, even though we've seen 3 phenomenal field goals, even though we've seen all of these things. But this game is about to get real exciting.
It's Skyridge at their own 3-yard line coming out. They got a long field in front of them.
Now,
can Call keep that momentum as he did on the last drive?
That's a big question, but when you've got Denny in the middle, there's a lot of good things that can happen if you're a Lone Peak fan here because they're so far back. Look for safeties.
Call in the gun. He'll take the snap. No, it's a play action, and Davis on the reception for a few yards.
The former Knight giving them some breathing room, and that's what they needed right there.
Matthias Nawahine on the stop for the Knights.
You never want to be catching the shotgun snap in the end zone. That's a scary place to be.
No, I mean, we saw that. He mishandled the one snap, got away from him, and then ended up in a big loss, and something like that could be trouble. 2nd and 6 here from their own about 7-yard line, and it's a give to Walker. And Walker will move it up to about the 9.
Tate Walker did a good job there, but Denny came right up and made a great stop. And that puts you in 3rd down and about 5. So this is where you're going to make your money, Trent Call.
Clock continues to run. We're down to about 5 minutes left to go here in the 3rd.
3rd down and 4, Falcons.
No better football in the state of Utah than Region 4 football, right, Moose?
Amen.
And intended for Jensen. It's thrown incomplete. Brings up 4th down, and the Falcons going to have to punt this one away.
So this is a terrifying situation for a punter because you're in your end zone, and you have to trust your high school snapper to get you right where you need to. You don't even have the line.
You said that in a condescending
back to return is Cole Christensen.
It's difficult to be a snapper. That wasn't condescending at all. Great snap.
I think it was the high school snapper part, Moose. Christensen takes this snap about the 48, and I think they'll mark it. And we got another flag.
Return, Brady Beers with the tackle. Penalty marker is down.
I feel like I'm in the 4th quarter of the BYU-Wyoming game right now. My goodness. Let the boys play. Let's just keep this thing moving.
Oh.
It's excitement. You don't want it stopping.
Well, this could be critical for either team because Knights, it puts them back in their own territory. If it's against the Falcons, and it is against the Knights. I was going to say if it's against the Falcons, it gives Knights great territory.
Yeah. So it looks like they'll be starting on their own half, which, I mean, this is probably the time to get that call. Lone Peak, they are in the shot zone, so they can look for big shots here. They can look for chunk plays.
It doesn't back you up too far, only to your own 42-yard line. So still decent position, field position.
Yeah.
Again, they're going to come out with only
5 wide.
Hodson, 5 receivers here. Hodson all alone. As he is going to get pushed out of the pocket, and he's going to scramble, and he'll pick up about 8 yards on that one.
Great job with his legs. So the defense was pinching in, containing him, but if you let him get outside of contain, there's all sorts of yards that he can pick up. And they're almost on the other half of the field, which means field goal.
So 2nd and 2 now here for Lone Peak. That's Max Bateman coming off. Robinson, Blanton, McChesney are the near side receivers. And that's Christensen in motion that comes in behind. And they're going to give to Christensen as the running back. And he's got a first down.
Okay, Cole Christensen. He's like, I've never been a running back, but I can be one now. Here we go. That's what's so fun about this. Both these coaches are so creative on both sides of the ball. It's a game of smoke and mirrors on defense and a game of who's getting the ball on offense.
I just think of all the plays they have to learn, and I think, and these kids, they got school too.
Well, that's what's nice.
They're a student first, Moose.
These are athlete students on the field.
So it's first down into Falcon territory.
Oh.
And looks like false start.
Well, there's a consensus with the refs right there. Not one handkerchief, not two, but three.
Against Lone Peak is the call.
So the 5-yard penalty will put Lone Peak back in their own territory, making it 1st and 15. Down to 3:25 left to go here in the third quarter.
You were saying Region 4 is the toughest region. It's not even close. This region is unbelievable. Corner Canyon, Skyridge, Lone Peak, American Fork, Pleasant Grove isn't bad, and Westlake isn't a bad team either.
Wait, did I say Region 4?
Yeah.
Oh, this is Region 4, right?
This is Region 4.
Oh, okay. It's Hodson, and he will pick up pretty big yardage.
Yeah.
About a 9-yard pickup.
And that's what you can do with Hodson. He's built well. He's not a football player, though. That man loves to be on the baseball diamond. He's going to be playing college baseball somewhere at some time. But he's done a great job filling in because they were playing quarterback roulette, and they landed on him. He's doing a great job for Lone Peak and getting better and better and better.
He really has, Moose. Brings up 2nd and 6. Hodson looking to pass across the middle to McChesney and almost picked off. I think that was Snowden.
And that's why you don't throw the ball in any range around Smith Snowden. He's getting it done on offense in this half, but he is also one of the best defensive players in the entire state. And, of course, there's penalties.
What? I didn't see the flag. Who's it against? Looks like it's against the Falcons. But I haven't seen what it actually was. But it's a 15-yard penalty.
Whatever it was egregious.
You know, there's been a lot of trash talking, whatever's going on down there. Late, contact after the whistle, whatever it might be.
That's why Chip Cookies wants to give me a cookie after this, because it's so chippy.
Chippy out there. 1st and 10 here. Knights down inside the 30, and it's a give to Wild. And I think he got 2.
2 or 3 right there. You know what? I'm not going to go with Chip anymore. I promoted him all last year saying it was Chippy. It's getting dirty down there with dirty dough. There's cookie wars going on here in Utah. People are crumbling.
This is 2nd and a long 8. Underneath 2 minutes left to go here in the third. Wild comes off. It looks like Smith is on.
From the 26-yard line, 2nd down, 8.
This is what Lone Peak needs to do, these methodical drives, because they have the advantage now. If they keep going, keep getting points on, Skyridge can't win.
It's Mackay Smith with the carry, and he's not getting anywhere.
The middle of that defense, really big boys, fun to see. And you love the celebration from a big interior defensive lineman from number 47, Iakope Malafu. I love the flex. I love the strut. And I love the step.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
There's nothing better than big boy celebrations.
Clock continues to run. We're down to 1 minute here left in the third. Mackay Smith lined up behind Hodson in the pistol here. Snap looking to pass. And Hodson going to air this one out to Christensen. Christensen goes up. Does he have it? Touchdown!
Wow!
Are you?
That was amazing! incredible catch. Christensen goes up and answers a prayer and then some. Holy Hannah. That was incredible catch by Christensen.
Incredible.
That was about as good a defensive play as you could have, but that ball just snuck its spot into the right spot for Christensen. My goodness gracious.
Not kidding. He doesn't just do it with his feet, but he does it with his hands, Moose.
Oh, he's not a running back all the time. Just once in a blue moon.
And now Christensen to hold. Sanchez adds the one. And Lone Peak goes up 23-10. We're back after this quick break.
Salt Lake Running Company is inspiring our community to move with purpose, embrace adventure, and consciously connect to their bodies. Exercise is essential, now more than ever. Take control of the chaos and make time for you. From the gym to the trail, SLRC can help you find the focus to define your finish line. Visit one of our 5 locations along the Wasatch Front or shop online at slrc.com.
Bird Homes is a Utah-founded community builder and a proud sponsor of Skyridge football. Bird Homes not only builds commercial and multifamily buildings, they build and support Utah communities. Bird Homes builds for you. Go Falcons.
Lone Peak football presented by Skin Science. As we come back here, KSL Sports Rewind. Mark Winterton, Moose Bingham. 46 seconds left to go here in the third quarter.
That was probably the best throw and catch I've seen all year, to be honest with you. But I want to see the kickoff now.
You're not going to see much because Sanchez is sending that one. Yeah, out of the end zone.
What a weapon Falcons. Sanchez has been. And it's been fun to see this Lone Peak team finally come together. I watched them against Timpview, and I told my co-host there, I was like, it's going to be a long season. I don't know if they're going to win a game the rest of the year. Now they've come back. They've won all of their off-season schedule, and they came into region. They had an overtime game against American Fork that could have gone either way, and now they're going against one of the top teams in the state and doing great.
Oh, they're up 2 scores. Call to pass, and he overthrows Kalama.
Yeah. Law had some room there, could have gotten some yards, but the clock is going to come into play in the next little bit as well. That's something that our viewers have to be conscientious of.
42 seconds here in the third quarter.
Oh, my God. That's unbelievable.
And this pass and catch is made to Kalama. Good for 5 yards.
Immediately by Ryder Christensen. Third down and 5. Oh, yeah.
It's third down and 5 here. Call in the end zone. And someone took a timeout. Oh, that's the end of the third quarter, Moose.
Someone took a timeout.
Was that the greatest call ever?
No, this has been an exciting third quarter. Both teams exchanging punches, going left and right. It's like we're watching a heavyweight boxing match going back and forth right here.
23-10. We're back to start the fourth quarter.
I love our culture here at Skin Science. I think it plays to every student. Most people who choose aesthetics are creatives, and this is such a great outlet for them. Not only are they able to work one-on-one with their clients, they're also able to prepare them for what really happens in the world.
I loved the atmosphere at Skin Science. It was easy to make friends. The instructors actually form relationships with you, which is one of my favorite parts. It's a fun place to be, especially when you're there for 8 or 16 months. I actually miss it now.
Third down and 5 for the Falcons.
Lone Peak football presented by Skin Science. Mark Winterton and Moose Bingham here on KSL Sports Rewind. It is a 3rd and 5 here for the Falcons. I'm not sure what we've got. Are they just waiting for the TV timeout to get off the field?
That's all right. You're with the right channel right now. You don't have to go to timeout. That's all that matters. So Skyridge has a little more time to talk about what they want to do. What would you do in this situation, Mark?
Oh, you got to get the ball into Kalama's hands.
Kalama?
Yeah.
I really want to see them utilizing Josh Davis because this is a bigger rivalry game for him than anyone else on the field. But I like the Kalama call, and I like what Call's doing. You just have to get a first down here. The momentum is with Lone Peak after that incredible touchdown pass. We just saw a picture of it. Ridiculous. Incredible coverage, but better catch, better pass.
Snowden is right on Christensen, but Christensen comes away with that ball.
Yeah.
Hodson put it up to where only Christensen could go get it.
Yeah. And Hodson, like I said, getting better and better. They're missing Comer from this team that's going on a mission now to Milan, their quarterback from last year.
I don't know if they're missing him.
But after that, I'm like, wow, you might have found a dude.
You know, every program finds somebody that's going to step up and take over. And especially when you've got programs that are established that have that culture in the community that they're going to excel no matter what. They'll find somebody.
That's what Lone Peak is.
Call in the gun. He's going to deliver this one to Kalama. Kalama's got a first and more. He'll finally be taken down. And it's going to be up to about the 43-yard line is where they're going to mark that.
Mark, were you in the coaching booth during that little TV break? You called that play. Way to go.
Oh well.
Kalama's an absolute dude.
He's an athlete.
Not only is he a great wide receiver, he's a phenomenal corner as well. He was rated as one of my top 10 corners as a freshman.
And this one thrown deep. It's going to be incomplete.
I like that Skyridge is taking shots now, though, trying to get the ball, extend this defense, because that makes your safeties think, okay, I got to drop back. I have to be deeper than the deepest, wider than the widest. But they are not just going to be running down and run support in short passes now. They're actually taking shots. I like to see this dimension of the Skyridge defense, Skyridge offense coming out now.
Well, at this point, I don't know if they've got time. 11:26 left to go here in the fourth. They're down 2 scores. Call with the change of call. Call something different. And it's that's actually not Kalama. Sorry, that's Sheffield. Sheffield, and he'll pick up about 5.
Call completes to Carter Sheffield.
So, back in this situation, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 5. This is what Skyridge has been in the most of the game. So they have to find a way to get out of these long 3rd downs.
3rd down, 6 Falcons.
So they gave him 4 on that, and it'll be 3rd and 6. 3rd and 6 from their own 47-yard line. Sheffield did get out of bounds, and so it stopped the clock. As now Call looks to air this one out, going deep downfield.
Call's pass is incomplete.
Looked like the defender or the receiver got caught up there.
Yeah, I believe he got hooked. And so that could have been called, but they said that was uncatchable, which could go either way.
So a 4th and 6. You go for it with 11 minutes left to go in the game?
I probably wouldn't because I love punters and kickers, but looks like they are.
You want to see your buddies out there. Well, Call is ready to go. He's Sheffield lined up next to him. And there's the pass. Intended for Kalama, and it is incomplete.
It was the right thought. The Lone Peak defense got a ton of pressure on them, spearheaded by Denny. And they did a great job getting after Call. And so that's a throw he's going to want back.
How do you recover at this point? 11 minutes left to go. Knights are starting in Falcon territory.
Well, the defense needs to step up. There's a reason this is one of the top defenses in the state. They don't give up very many points. This is an anomaly right now. I believe this is the most points they've given up all season. Don't quote me on that, though. But with this, they have to come together. They have to make a defensive play. A pick six, something.
I think you're actually right. I think you're correct. I'm thinking through all of Skyridge's games. I mean, they had several shutouts where they didn't let the other team score nothing.
No.
And on top of that, was it last week? Last week they get the loss to Corner Canyon, but they only, was it 17?
17-21, I think.
I was thinking it was 17-14, but I could be wrong too.
17-14.
So either way, it's still, like you said, this is the most points that they've allowed.
And this is a very senior-heavy defense. Jace Doman, Smith Snowden. You've got
Akana,
Tausili Akana. He's almost a 5-star. This is the time Tausili Akana needs to show up and show out for his team and prove that he's worth all of those scholarship offers. Elijah Terapia, he's a kid that should be having a ton of D1 offers as well. So there's so many stars here. Ian Mariner, they have to show up and show out at this point in the game. This is crunch time. This is where you make your name as a defense. This is where they're really going to hang their hat with what's going on and secure their spot in a good seed while they go into the playoffs.
Hey, a point of interest, but only 5 times has a field goal kicker ever kicked 2 field goals that are over 50 yards ever in history in the same game. But our Ian Sanchez just did it.
Again, our offense comes onto the field. 5 receivers. Hodson all alone in the backfield. McChesney in motion. And it's a give to McChesney. McChesney finds some room after the stiff arm.
Oh, McChesney is feeling himself. Crew McChesney coming in with a stiff arm. You don't expect that. He's usually finesse. He's usually flighty. But he's been in the weight room all offseason, and he says, bam, bam, thank you, man. Welcome to my left hand. Wow. Crew. My goodness.
I think 13-yard pickup on that one. First down for the Knights.
Couldn't even give a Scottish accent, that one. Wow, Crew McChesney.
Lynn Combs and Debbie Prinster.
So 1st and 10, and now Christensen in motion, and now we got flags.
Oh.
Penalty marker before the
probably a false start.
False start by the left guard, it looks like. He was really excited to get going. Got to kind of hold your water on that. That's the tough thing about being an offensive lineman. You have to be supremely aggressive at a certain time.
I just watch the ball.
Just watch the ball.
That's my advice.
Just watch the ball. Just score the touchdown.
Just watch the ball.
Just kick the field goal.
Yeah, that's right.
That's
just
it.
Do your job. Do your
Bill
job, Moose.
Belichick over here. I just need everyone to just do their job.
11 minutes left to go. Hodson, quick pass to Christensen, and Christensen wide. Touchdown, Lone Peak.
Wow. Cole Christensen doing a great job on a 5-yard slant route, picking up everything and then some. He was just too fast for the Skyridge defender. This is probably the most amount of points Skyridge has given up in years.
There was nobody near him. The inside of that field was completely open.
So the safeties cheated over to the trips on the left, and that's why that was wide open. And that's just too much speed for anyone in this state to catch up with.
Christensen to hold. Is Christensen underrated?
Severely. Great hold right there by Christensen. That's what we really care about, Christensen's holding ability. He does a great job on one knee, catching the ball, putting it down, and that's what we pay to see. That's what I gave my $5 here for Lone Peak, to see Cole Christensen hold that beautiful ball.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what you get when your commentator is a ex-kicker.
No, it was really fun. I actually came out this year and worked on holding with Cole Christensen, worked on kicking with Ian Sanchez, and snapping with their snapper as well.
How many kickers do you work with in the state?
After a drive of 47 yards.
20, 30 or so.
Wow.
Yeah.
Time of possession. And
not all of them are as talented as Ian Sanchez, though. I'll tell you that right now.
Lone Peak put 7
But
points.
May have to have you come out to the basin.
Yeah, I will make the trek out. I've been called to Idaho before. I've been called to California. I've been called to Oregon, and half the time I say, there's no way I'm making that drive.
It's only 2 hours. Have you put on a kicking clinic.
Yeah. I've been doing the 2-hour drives for years now. The last 4 years I've been at Snow College. So it's always fun to see these kickers successful.
What's the chances of a 44-year-old like me going pro?
Going pro? 100%
well,
right there.
I don't think there's anywhere
Just
else I
depends
can
on
go.
The pro.
I can't go back to high school and I can't go to college.
Well, we can work with you.
Well, I might be able to go to college. I haven't used up any years of eligibility.
We got to send you an NAIA at that point, then. There's a college that'll take you yet.
10:53 left to go. Lone Peak has really put the heat on. They've got the momentum here. Ian Sanchez to kick. Back to receive for the Falcons are Doman and Snowden.
So, right now, Ian's legs got to be pretty worn down. There could be a return here, and that could be the spark that this Skyridge offense is looking for, because you've got two of the better returners in the entire country right there.
Do you actually feel the strength? Like, do you lose strength as the game goes on as a kicker?
Well, let's see.
He's going to field this one about the 3-yard line, and that is Snowden coming out, and Snowden across the 40. He's got Sanchez to beat, and he does. 40, 30, 10, touchdown, Smith Snowden.
And just like that, the game can change, because when you're kicking into the wind, when you've kicked a lot in the game, it's hard to keep kicking the ball into the back of the end zone. Smith Snowden did a phenomenal job right there, going around and showing why he is one of the top players in the state. Just like I said, it becomes difficult when you're kicking to those two guys.
You know, when you're an athlete, right?
Yeah.
And you want to get the ball into those hands.
Ian Sanchez actually had a little bit of an angle, but he didn't take the right angle right there. That's something you never work as a kicker on.
That happened many times for you?
I got hurdled once. That was embarrassing. I absolutely destroyed a guy another time. That wasn't embarrassing. I've never been so hyped up. I felt like Crew McChesney on a carry.
You just plowed over someone, huh?
Yeah, I was a chubby little kicker.
10:39 left to go here in this game. And, Falcons made a little run of it with a return there for a touchdown. Well, 30-17. They're down by 2 scores still, but.
Yeah, but it puts them right in the game, and it gives them enough time to stop and get the ball back if Lone Peak doesn't manage the clock correctly. So Skyridge is never out of this game, and it's always exciting. But that's the boost they needed, just like I was talking about before the kick.
And there it was. Smith Snowden. Taking it 97 yards.
But the other kickers that are very good, or other returners that are very good, are Cole Christensen and Crew McChesney. So Cole better get back there. Looks like they're going to smartly just kick this deep so that they can have the ability to stop.
Cole Christensen back to return.
Lone Peak is setting up for the possible onside kick.
So what's interesting is the coach talked to the kicker right here. He might pooch it right behind the line. Look for that if he doesn't kick it deep.
And he does kick this one. It's going to go past Christensen and land. And Christensen just has to jump on it, which they're going to field this one to start at their own 6-yard line. So works out well for the Falcons.
Really good job not kicking it out of the back of the end zone and pooching it. Because when you have one returner back there, it's kind of like when Tom Hackett was a puncher and he had one returner. You just kick it away from the returner and you hope your guys get there first. Great special teams play by Skyridge, making it a long field for Lone Peak at this point.
So here with 10:39 left to go in the game, Lone Peak just wanting to hang on to the ball and kill clock.
So Lone Peak doesn't have the Durfee Dozer anymore.
They don't.
They have to rely on their wide receivers. That's what their offense is built on at this point. So they can't just eat up the clock. But when you have wide receivers, one of them might accidentally score a touchdown at this point.
Like they've done. Hodson's going to keep this one. And I'm not sure he got anything.
Hudson with the quarterback key.
All he wants to do is keep the clock rolling.
He's stopped by
But 2 touchdowns can win it for Skyridge. That one extra point is very, very big for them at this point because they're only up by 13. They're not up by 14. It's been an unusual scoring game with the game at 30-17.
Well, we've seen four field goals?
Yes.
4 field goals, a 42, a 54, and a 56 by Sanchez. And then I don't remember what Kiesler's was.
I think it was a 50.
Was it?
Just kidding.
You're just going to throw that in there, aren't you?
I've seen enough 50s tonight that almost every field goal feels like a 50 at this point.
Hodson all alone in the backfield. 9:40 left to go here in the game. And he's got 3 receivers here to the near side, 2 to the far side. 2nd and 10 from their own 6-yard line. As now it's a give to McChesney. McChesney trying to make people miss, and it's going to be a loss of about 2.
Wow, Smith Snowden coming up, making a great play. The interesting thing is Crew McChesney and Smith Snowden are actually teammates in the offseason with Alpha, and they play on a 7-on-7 team together. So that's what's crazy with communities this close. These kids know each other very, very, very well. They know what they can do well, and they know what they can't do well.
We're under 9 minutes to play now. As it'll bring up a third
of their posts at this point.
3rd and about 12 here. Hodson in his own end zone. And he is going to be pressured out as he'll run upfield. And he actually got close to his own first down. Picks up about 11 yards on that. He'll be a yard short.
He's stopped by Colin Sheffield.
You have to punt it here, but do you have that Kalani Sataki mentality where you're like, let's just go for it? Do you have that riverboat Ron Rivera gambling?
You know, 1 yard, you're up by 2 scores. It's really tough to go for it because if you don't get it,
you put them back in the game.
You're going to have some persecution.
Yeah.
Passy will punt this one up. Not the best punt, but fair catch made by Walker around the 42-yard line. So they are going to be in Lone Peak territory.
About a 25-yard punt right there. So good job, good punt, giving yourself a little bit more area. And there's under 8 minutes left. That's what's going to come into play as well. This Lone Peak offense has to get some more first downs if they're going to shut the door and close the coffin on this Skyridge team.
Skyridge, of course, looking to score, making it a 1-score game if they can get another touchdown in the end zone. We got Walker in the backfield with Call. Call looks to pass, and he will air it out. It's Davis, and Davis comes down with it at the 20. Are they going to say incomplete? They're going to say incomplete.
Really?
Josh
Davis is making his case, but this isn't court, and I don't know if he's going to get it. That looks to be an incredible catch. But what I was really impressed with was Tate Walker with the block. He had dudes flying over him, and he took their legs out. It was a massacre, protecting his quarterback and making sure that Call could get that ball out to Davis.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Down and 10 for the Falcons.
We're at 7:48 left to go here in the 4th. Clock stopped, but the play clock's down to 4 seconds. Are they going to get it off? 2, 1, and he does. Call looks to pass, and he's going to air this one out. Right sideline. He makes the catch. Does he come down in? They're saying yes.
Wow.
Yes, down at the 19-yard line.
Penalty markers on
But
the field.
now we've got a roughing the passer. So I think you will decline the call, and you'll on the roughing the passer. I don't think so. I think it's just an automatic, but I could be wrong. Oh, it is.
So all the coaches in this state, every college coach should be watching this game and picking which receiver they want to get, because there's been phenomenal catches by both teams at this point.
That was a crazy catch.
Wow.
Well, that one puts this one down. It's going to be 1st and goal. 1st and goal, just right inside the 10-yard line. 7:42 left to go here in the 4th. Call with the snap. And he's going to go for the end zone. And a flag comes in. The pass intended for Kalama.
Call's pass is incomplete.
Well, let's see what the flag is, because I didn't see much. Did you see anything?
I didn't, and it was thrown right where Kalama was, so I'm guessing it's a pass interference or maybe a defensive holding. Kalama did look like he was forcing through and was having a hard time coming through.
They'll repeat. First down.
First down and 5 now. Skyridge clawing their way back in.
They got to get in the end zone first. Not a whole lot of clock has been used up here. As Call makes the handoff to Walker, and Walker actually going to get a few yards after contact. He gets down to the 2-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and goal from the 2-yard line.
From the 2-yard line, 2nd and goal for the Falcons.
With that run, the clock will continue to run. What did I just say? With that play, with that run, the clock continued to run. That just seemed like it tongue twisted a little bit.
Sometimes it rolls off the tongue, sometimes it stops.
Kalama in motion, and it's a give to Walker, and he's in. Touchdown.
Great job, Tate Walker. Little Pistons behind him.
Touchdown,
He's just a little muscle car, but he does a great job out there. And this game, I'm on pins and needles just sitting here. This PAT is very important.
It is crucial. We're at 6:58 left to play. The PAT only puts Lone Peak up by 6. Kiesler to add the extra point.
Trey Mahi on the kick.
It's up, and it is good.
Very important PAT for them here. So this has gone from a 3-possession game to a 2-possession game to a 1-possession game. This is what Friday Night Lights is all about. This whole community is sitting here at the edge of their seats raring to go.
We're back after this quick break.
Bird Homes is a Utah-founded community builder and a proud sponsor of Skyridge football. Bird Homes not only builds commercial and multifamily buildings, they build and support Utah communities. Bird Homes builds for you. Go Falcons.
College wasn't built for me.
I didn't care if I had to work a double shift.
Or if my kid had a fever.
Deadline's a deadline.
I want to set the deadlines.
I want to take tests when I'm ready.
I want to take courses on my time.
And speed up when I know my stuff.
I want a university that cares about me.
Tests on your time, courses on your time, graduate on your time. WGU, the nonprofit university of you.
At UCCU,
Bird Homes is a Utah-founded community builder and a proud sponsor of Skyridge football. Bird Homes not only builds commercial and multifamily buildings, they build and support Utah communities. Bird Homes builds for you. Go Falcons.
Lone Peak Football brought to you by Skin Science right here on KSL Sports Rewind. I'm Mark Winterton. Moose Bingham joining me in this exciting game.
Yeah. What's going to be interesting is can Lone Peak have a good return here? Because I don't know if this kicker has the leg to get it into the end zone right here with the wind dead as it is.
Good kick there, and it is well into the end zone.
Well, sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong, Moose. That time you're wrong.
Lone Peak will start on their own 20-yard line. You know, I just figure you know what you're talking about. Ex-kicker, you got it. Yeah. You know it.
So what's going to be interesting here, what do they do to get these chunk plays in shorts? I mean, do you have Hodson running the ball more? Do you get the ball in Crew McChesney's hands? What do you do with Cole Christensen? And do you involve Bateman right now? Because that should be the obvious option in these short and intermediate routes.
Well, they're going to come out with a two tight end set, two receivers, and Wild lined up in the backfield with them. Oh, actually, that was Smith. That's Mekhi Smith. As now he's got to run. He's just going to throw this one away.
Good catch by the dude in the fur coat over here.
Yeah. Fur coat caught it.
Great job throwing the ball away, but that doesn't take time off the clock.
Yeah, the incomplete pass stops the clock. And the momentum is on Skyridge's side right now.
It is. And it's palpable. Football is a very interesting state that you can sport, that you can almost feel the momentum. You can feel it go from one side to the other side. You can almost taste it in the air. It's a little salty, but it tastes nice.
I've never tasted momentum.
Just stick your tongue out. You'll feel it.
Well, this brings up 2nd and 10. I'm going to try and do some tasting here. See where the momentum is.
Heavy package for Lone Peak.
Yeah, we got a tight formation. This is Christensen in motion. And Hodson's going to keep it. Not going to get very many yards.
This is playing right into Skyridge's forte. Skyridge loves going against teams. Big on big, heavy on heavy. And this is where it's going to decide the game. As crazy as that is.
Brings up 3rd down and 8.
I've seen more formations from Lone Peak than I've seen from most college football teams tonight, which is absolutely insane.
Well, we're going to go back to that 5-receiver set on a 3rd and 8. Clock's running. 6:15 left to go here in the game.
This Skyridge fan base is hyped.
Skyridge looks. Oh, what do we got? Timeout.
Timeout taken by the Knights.
The Lone Peak Knights take the timeout. We're going to take one as well.
College wasn't built for me.
I didn't care if I had to work a double shift.
Or if my kid had a fever.
Deadline's a deadline.
I want to set the deadlines.
I want to take tests when I'm ready.
I want to take courses on my time.
And speed up when I know my stuff.
I want a university that cares about me.
Tests on your time, courses on your time, graduate on your time. WGU, the nonprofit university of you.
For over 25 years, Salt Lake Running Company has helped people of all ages and levels find the gear they need to start their fitness journey. From a free custom shoe fit analysis to a premium assortment of footwear and workout essentials, SLRC is a top 10 run shop in America. Locally owned, locally operated at 5 locations along the Wasatch Front, SLRC is there to help you gear up and get out. Visit a store near you or shop online at slrc.com.
Lone Peak football presented by Skin Science. I'm Mark Winterton. Moose Bingham also joining me right here on KSL Sports Rewind. 3rd and 8 here for the Knights. Hodson all alone in the backfield, and he looks to pass. Cross the middle, and it's intercepted. Skyridge.
Great play by Skyridge right there.
Pass is intercepted by Colin Sheffield.
Colin Sheffield doing everything for Skyridge.
Looked like the pass may have been intended for Blanton.
Yep. So this is where you got to hunker down. This is where Denny defense comes into play. You've got one ability. You're only up by 6 points, and football is a game of 7 points most of the time.
Most of the time.
So Skyridge can come on in, and they were the top team for a minute, and they want to reclaim that spot, especially being one of the best teams in Region 4.
So 5:59 left to go. Skyridge down by 6. Call in the gun. He's got Walker lined up next to him. And he will look to pass. And he is going to air this one out, going down. And that, was clearly pass interference.
Yep. You can't tackle him before he gets the ball.
There was no doubt on that one, Moose.
No. You can throw the ball up, and usually good things happen in high school. It can be pass interference. Your team can catch it. It can be incomplete, which stops the clock. Or the ultimate bad thing, the other team gets it.
The only thing I can think of is that defensive back knew for a fact that more than likely if he doesn't do something about it, that receiver's going to catch it and go in for a touchdown. And so it's like, you know what, we'll take the 15, but you're not going in for a touchdown.
Wow. This has been such an incredible game. Skyridge doesn't have to hurry up now either. They can take their time, do what they need to.
Call looks to pass. And again, airing it up to Kalama. Kalama goes up, and it is going to be incomplete.
The crazy thing is, Skyridge is doing this without their top offensive player in McKay Hillstead. McKay Hillstead was absolutely phenomenal the first few weeks of the season, but he had an injury against Timpview. And now Call is coming into his own. Hopefully they can get him back for the playoffs, because if they do, I really think Skyridge might be the most dangerous team in the state.
Call with the snap, and he's going to keep it. And he'll pick up about 5 yards on that. So there's a possibility that Hodson injured himself on that last run, or on that last throw, and Ingeman's down here warming up.
Well, the nice thing is Ingeman is good. The transfer from Timpview, I believe.
Well, his dad played college
just at a local
quarterback,
school.
You know.
Nowhere good.
Call with the pass to Kalama, and Kalama first down inside the 5.
Call completes to Kalama. Tyler Denny and Alex Passy defending on the play.
Clock will continue to run. We're down under 5 minutes left to go here in the 4th.
How crazy is it that the clock was Skyridge's enemy all the way up until 10 minutes into the 4th quarter? Now it's their best friend.
Well, now they're wanting to get that thing run down. They were down by 3 scores at one time. And it's Walker. Touchdown. Wow. And a chance to go ahead.
Now the all-important PAT, unless they're going to go for 2.
Down by 3 scores. And here they are.
Here they are tied with the opportunity to go up. Now remember, earlier in the game, Lone Peak blocked a field goal quite handily. They know how to do it. Denny is a special teams ace as well as a great defensive coordinator. This play, if you're not watching, you better.
And Kiesler's kick is up. It's good. It's good, and that means Lone Peak down by 1. 4:38 left to go in the game. We're going to go to break.
Bird Homes is a Utah-founded community builder and a proud sponsor of Skyridge football. Bird Homes not only builds commercial and multifamily buildings, they build and support Utah communities. Bird Homes builds for you. Go Falcons.
It all starts with a smile. To show you care, offer a sign of love, welcome someone home. Even when we don't see each other, or share a room, even without words, smiles bring us together. Let's keep yours healthy. Stonehaven Dental. Schedule online at stonehavendental.com.
Lone Peak football brought to you by Skin Science right here on KSL Sports Rewind. And this game had a little bit of a flip.
Oh my goodness gracious. You better be checking your pulse, ladies and gentlemen. With under 5 minutes left, Skyridge going in here. With 10 minutes left, they scored 3 times. Now they've got to get their defense going, and Lone Peak is returning the kick.
McChesney's able to get that one before it goes in the end zone, and he's got blocking. McChesney up the field, and he's across down to the 36-yard line.
Oh, gotta have something going. Crew McChesney giving him a shot in the arm. And let's see who the quarterback is going out here, because we might have two backup quarterbacks battling it out for this game.
Yeah, waiting to see who it is.
Big old Austin Pace shielding him from us. Congratulations for being huge, young man. And it's Engelman.
So it is Engelman. Rome Engelman, senior.
He's been chomping at the bit, waiting for this opportunity his whole life.
And he's all alone in the backfield. There's the pass made to Bateman, and Bateman's got a first down, and he's passed the down to the 46-yard line.
Great job by Bateman right there. Phenomenal athlete, and it's fun to see. But the clock is ticking.
Well, and the thing is you know you've got a shot if you can get up to the 40-yard line, because you got Sanchez who can kick lights out.
Against you though now.
I don't.
So you got to get to
a little bit.
About,
a little bit.
About the 32-yard line.
Remember, Sanchez kicked a 56-yarder, a 54-yarder, and a 42-yarder in this game. Engelman in the gun. 1st and 10. Under 4 minutes left to play. And he is going to pass this one. Got it, Christensen for 4 yards. He slips 3 yards.
Well, as long as you're getting positive yards, 3 yards in a cloud of dust, or 3 yards and whatever you want to call it when you're a wide receiver. But this is where you got to get going down the field. Engelman's not your typical backup quarterback. He's a senior. He's seen a lot.
Engelman again. He's got Christensen wide open. Wide open. Touchdown. There's a flag back here at the 50.
Oh.
There is a flag back there at the 50, and we just had a player throw his helmet into the end zone. Oh, that was actually Engelman.
So excited, but you better go get that helmet, Engelman.
Engelman threw his helmet. There's a penalty back here, and I'm guessing it's probably going to be
the penalty is
offensive pass interference.
That's a call you don't see very often. These refs are not going to be the Lone Peak fans' best friends for any stretch of time at this point.
No, not when they call a touchdown back. Never are.
Wow.
So 3:04 is left on the clock here.
It's interesting that play's been open a couple times, attacking the middle with that 5-yard post, getting in there.
Well, the first time it ended in a touchdown, and for that reason, I was, you're thinking, where's that play again? And there it was.
Second penalty is dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct against Lone Peak.
Wow. So it might have been Engelman's helmet coming off in the end zone.
It was. In fact, the flag is still back there in the end zone. Which
I don't know about that, but, well,
he threw his helmet. Like he threw it.
Well, he was excited.
I know he was.
Come on.
I know he was. That's a big penalty, though. This one's going to march him back clear to the 19.
Wow.
I mean, you're playing a prevent defense at this point if you're Skyridge.
That's a heck of a call.
Well, 2 penalties, and
here you sit. I don't know if I called the second one or the first one.
I didn't see it.
Well,
they had to have a good reason.
Yep. Big time play for Engelman.
They're playing way off Christensen. I mean, way off Christensen. Engelman. And that one just thrown at the feet of Bateman.
Jackson Blake's pass is.
And so that brings up a 3rd and a mile. And I'm serious.
So
about a mile.
That was Jackson Blake coming in, the sophomore junior, that threw that pass.
Oh.
Because his helmet came off.
Because his helmet came off, he had to go out.
He had to sit out. And so
that wasn't Engelman.
That was killer right there. So They've played 3 quarterbacks this game.
Well, and so now Engelman.
I don't think Blake was expecting to be playing this game, but he got a throw in.
There's the pass, and it's to Blanton. Blanton trying to get upfield. He gets to the 25. So it's still going to be 4th and a mile. Now what do? You've got 2 timeouts left.
6-yard gain on the play.
And you've got 4th and
Colin Sheffield with the stop.
30.
Well, you get something going.
1.
The clock is rolling.
Down,
you got to get something going.
You got to do something at this
because
point.
The clock. Oh,
and now you're going to take your second timeout.
Yeah, if they got up, they could get the clock rolling. This game has had everything in it.
Well, those penalties hurt. You know, you go from a touchdown, pass interference, offensive pass interference, but then the
helmet coming off killed him too, because Bateman actually had an angle, could have gotten 10, 15 yards right there.
So 2:34 left to go. We're going to go to a quick break. We'll be back here shortly.
It all starts with a smile. To show you care, offer a sign of love, welcome someone home. Even when we don't see each other, or share a room, even without words, smiles bring us together. Let's keep yours healthy. Stonehaven Dental. Schedule online at stonehavendental.com.
Bird Homes is a Utah-founded community builder and a proud sponsor of Skyridge football. Bird Homes not only builds commercial and multifamily buildings, they build and support Utah communities. Bird Homes builds for you. Go Falcons.
It all starts with a smile. To show you care,
Salt Lake Running Company is inspiring our community to move with purpose, embrace adventure, and consciously connect to their bodies. Exercise is essential, now more than ever. Take control of the chaos and make time for you. From the gym to the trail, SLRC can help you find the focus to define your finish line. Visit one of our 5 locations along the Wasatch Front or shop online at slrc.com.
College wasn't built for me.
I didn't care if I had to work a double shift.
Or if my kid had a fever.
Deadline's a deadline.
I want to set the deadlines.
I want to take tests when I'm ready.
I want to take courses on my time.
And speed up when I know my...
It's Lone Peak football brought to you by Skin Science. 4th down, 4th and about 31 here. Ingman in the gun. 5 receivers. There's the play, or the pass to Bateman, and it's a pitch and a hook and ladder to McChesney.
And they're not going to call the face mask. Got brought down pretty
I'm not
hard
really
by
sure
his face
exactly
mask.
what the yell was. Was it?
Looks like a penalty marker.
There is a penalty. I'm looking to see where the flag is at. Where's the flag thrown? Is it right down here?
It should be a face mask, but we'll see.
Well, the face mask is only going to be what? 15?
But it's a personal foul.
It's not a face mask is not an automatic. The only automatic first downs in football or in high school is roughing the passer, roughing the kicker.
Which it should be an automatic first down.
Those are your only automatic first downs, is anything roughing.
And it's a personal foul against Lone Peak.
Really?
Oh, that game. Okay.
Well, we actually went back and looked at that pass interference, that offensive pass interference, and it looked like a receiver had come up the field and ran in to a defender. The defenders screened each other, and in doing so, of course, that offense, the receiver threw his arms up like, oh, I didn't mean to run into either of you.
Yeah.
1st and 10.
I can't see how you would call pass interference on that. All you're trying to do is get upfield.
Well,
this one to Walker. And Walker will go
right
down
there
at the 15-yard line. A 3-yard pickup there.
What a great hard-fought battle by both teams, but There's a bad taste in both of these teams' mouths at this point.
Tate Walker.
Yeah, it's really hard.
Lone Peak takes a timeout.
You know, you lose on a call like that. You got a touchdown on the play and gets called back, and now here come the penalties, right?
Yeah.
2:20 left to go, and we got a timeout. We're going to take one as well.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that
Bird Homes is a Utah-founded community builder and a proud sponsor of Skyridge football. Bird Homes not only builds commercial and multifamily buildings, they build and support Utah communities. Bird Homes builds for you. Go Falcons.
Lone Peak football presented by Skin Science right here on KSL Sports Rewind. Mark Winterton, Moose Bingham, as it is 2nd and 7 here for the Falcons. They lead by 1 with 2:20 left to go here in the game.
No more timeouts for Lone Peak, so
yeah. At this point, they figured, hey, we've got to stop them here to even have a chance. As it's given to Walker on a draw, and Walker pushes forward. How about that last effort there? Gets a couple of yards.
Walker's a tough runner. I mean, 2 little pistons are under his body, just going bop, 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 and getting down the field.
Yeah, you know, as a small back, he really pushes hard.
He's a short back. He's not a small back.
Well, this brings up 3rd down. Call trying to get the defense to jump.
The play clock took a while to start.
Lone Peak staying disciplined there. Calling an audible. 3rd and 5 here. And there's the snap and the handoff to Walker, and Walker's got the first down. Walker's got the first down, and he's going to be spotted. The ball's going to be spotted up around the 6, and that is going to be the game.
Yep, that's it right there. Walker did a great job running, and now a little bit of taunting, probably not the best choice, because these teams will probably see each other at the turf at Rice Eccles. If I am a betting man, and I am, I'm willing to bet that they'll see each other again.
There's a good chance of it.
Yeah, all these teams from Region 4, they play the toughest schedule. It's the SEC of Utah football.
It really is. And now what do we have?
Timeout.
Taken by the Falcons.
Falcons are going to take a timeout. We'll take one as well.
Bird Homes is a Utah-founded community builder and a proud sponsor of Skyridge football. Bird Homes not only builds commercial and multifamily buildings, they build and support Utah communities. Bird Homes builds for you. Go Falcons.
That's Lone Peak football brought to you by Skin Science. Of course, this game also brought to you by Rockwell Ice Cream. The Rockwell Ice Cream Company makes the highest quality, fresh, homemade, super premium ice cream. If you like ice cream. Hathaway, Stephanie Clark is Utah's premier real estate professional. Also, Black Desert Resort. It's remarkable within reach at Black Desert Resort. And Velocirax. You can bring them all at Velocirax. Tiger Friday, dancewear for the fierce and free. And Tech 9 is Tech Happily with Tech 9, where Utah goes for custom software development.
1st and goal, Falcons.
So, should be the kneeing of the football at this point, calling it a game.
Yeah, the victory formation.
Trent Call takes a knee on the play.
Got to take one more knee, Trent.
One more, and this is it, right?
Yep. Overall, fascinating game for me. You had great kicking. You had great plays by everyone. You had a team that was down by over 3 scores, and they came back and got all of them. And you had plays from backup quarterbacks, and you had great calls from refs, and you had horrible calls from refs.
I think the hardest part is getting those penalties that hurt you, and then now all of a sudden it costs you the game.
Yep. Player of the game, who do you think?
Oh, that's really hard, especially with the way it went. I mean, if you're going Lone Peak,
I'm going Ian Sanchez for my player of the game. I don't care.
I like Ian Sanchez.
Because hitting that 58, hitting that 54, put him into the game. It was amazing to watch. Go ahead.
As far as for Skyridge, I'm going to say that the defensive line. They were, you could not beat them.
No.
Lone Peak could not run the ball against that defensive line. One bit.
Yeah, great job. These teams, phenomenal teams. You're going to see them later in the game, in the season, and especially at Rice Eccles. I don't think either of these teams are done.
Mark Winterton, Moose Bingham saying goodnight here at Lone Peak. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.
I love our culture here at Skin Science. I think it plays to every student. Most people who choose aesthetics are creatives, and this is such a great outlet for them. Not only are they able to work one-on-one with their clients, they're also able to prepare them for what really happens in the world.
I love the atmosphere